Okay. Hello, Internet. Welcome back for this week's episode of Woodness Guild. You may notice around the table tonight we are down one person who couldn't be with us tonight. We will carry on.
Unreliable.
It is...
Says the ones who weren't here last week.
Well, you really can't take a joke.
I'm just gonna say. For all of you out there, happy Happy World Peace Day, German World Peace Day. That's today, in case you guys didn't know. So
is German World Peace different from our World Peace?
Yeah. I don't know. It's their holiday. Don't be fucking bigot about it. All right.
I'm just curious.
We're just trying to be more culturally open, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Steiger.
I did not pick that.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, like we said, welcome back. We're getting back into the story today. For those of you who are maybe looking for more of a succinct recap, we're going to be doing that quickly after the video intro. Anybody have anything they need to put out before we get started? New guys, new announcements, new hairdos, new nothing? Good? Alright, well then. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a new beer, and empty the bladder as we start unraveling the yarn that is tonight's episode of the Woodness Guild.
To check myself out.
Alright, and we're back. Actually, let's just start from the beginning. Let's talk about the zero session, because they don't know about the zero session. So the zero session, all the way up to current, you guys, there had been Guanapo and Fan traveling alone in a forest, looking for things. You ran into a rather unruly elf, who...
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. Who, kind of gave you the runaround. You ended up stumbling across a camp that had an object that made you think that this might be the thing that you're looking for. Unable to read it, you headed back to the city of Goodfellow, where you planned to have the pages of this diary translated. Upon coming back into the city, you three, I guess nobody knows where I'm pointing. Luca, Odette, and Nebuntosh.
With an E.
With an E, not an A. That's something we need to correct. Had been each picked up for sleeping on the streets in some form or fashion. They don't appreciate vagabonds in Goodfellow. So you were put to a jail cell and then in the morning to community service, where you had assisted in the furnishing and development of this, the final stages of an orphanage, working with a character, Tabaxi, named Shiraz. You were invited afterwards to come to the opening ceremony in the morning, at which point you agreed. Everybody showed up except for Shiraz. And during the ribbon cutting moment, there was an explosion that knocked several of the people in the crowd out. A creature had crawled out, taking a child captive with it, and fled. This is the first point that all six of you had met each other, and through some series of questioning and being the only people that had actually seen it or been willing to speak up that had seen it, you were put to the test to go and find and bring this creature back, as well as the lost child. You spent the next day and a half, roughly, doing research and trying to get information, trying to dig up any bits of helpful anything regarding what this creature, this Yagi-Gama, might be, and how best to attack it, how to find it, how to track it. You, leaving the college, ran into a very wonderful bugbear who is a trapper and hunter of sorts. This bugbear decided to lead you, agreeably, to a location that he had found these black-eyed creatures. You killed somebody on the way there. Cold blood. You're all implicit as a group.
Hey, I defended us.
Maybe somebody else over there was part of it.
I defended us. I didn't deal any killing blow.
I still feel like that's going to bite us in the ass.
Whichever perspective
no
we come
damage.
from here.
No damage at all.
You made your way into the forest, found the glen that Fabio had mentioned to you. He departed. You guys decided to make camp and wait. You followed some tracks. You were attacked by a golden elf. Following that attack, and with the help of some very clever clairvoyancy, were able to locate a rough area where the creature might be. You set a trap. One of your party members was incapacitated for the better part of the fight, but you managed to defeat it anyways, after the majority of you falling during this battle. After defeating the creature, you had noticed its body returned roughly to the shape of Jeremy, the other missing child, recovered the body of Sarah, returned the bodies to the city of Goodfellow, and presented them to the council. The council and the entire city, which I may have very seriously undersold how big this city is. You're talking about a city of maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people. It's rather large, pretty industrious. It's not a small. Yeah, I realized that. I was watching the videos and I was like, I have not made this very clear. It's an industrial city and it's growing. They're very
100,000 people.
No, 1,500 to 2,000
people.
Basically the size of
Individuals.
Mesquite High School.
Yeah.
That's not a very big city.
Oh, that is not very
big.
big.
In the context of D&D, it's decent. It's growing. They have an industry.
That's about what I imagined.
Okay. Well, then there you
That's
go.
about what I imagined too.
Those people saw you bring the bodies back. You were treated as honored civil servants. There was a funeral in the morning. You received potentially a new lead for a new line of work from one of the city's patrons. There was some shopping, some regurgitation of shared information, and a vast party at a longhouse where you each participated in some sort of debauchery, except for Guanapo, who was busy drawing and coloring in the corner. I would say at this point, the more drunk people got, there's some parts of your sketches that are a little fucked up, but you're pretty clever and can fix it and worked it back into the drawing. There's a bow here, there's a scratch here. You're creative. The drawings come out extremely well. After being crowned the new champion of this bar, of this bar fighting ring, having broken the wrist and ankles of the previous champion, you all wake up. Fan, your dreams restless and convoluted and full of people you haven't seen in a long time. Just the weirdest shit you can imagine, which is weird for you. You open your eyes first, rolling over. You are lying on the stone floor. There is stickiness all around you, and as you sit up, you all get a long rest. As you sit up, you take stock. There are bodies all over the place. Not as many as were in here during the festivities, but quite a few, including all of your compatriots except for Konak.
And this guy, he's not
And
there.
Nabuntosh, who is... You're waking up to a very different kind of sticky morning.
Actually, I would have been up at the first crack of dawn.
It is about there.
Okay, I'm leaving.
You're just trying to sneak out?
I'm
Are
leaving.
you trying to be quiet about it, or are you
I'm
just...
just walking out the bar.
Okay, you just open the door. As you go to close the door behind you, you hear this soft call after you, but you just...
Aww. You left him there. Oh,
And then I continue leaving, and I'm leaving the town.
Leaving the town?
I am leaving the town.
Okay. Fantastic.
What the hell?
Where are you going? If you want to text me, you can. If it's more private.
I will do
Okay. What are the four of you doing?
I would like to wake up and kind of take head count, because after years of potentially drinking a lot and waking up, I take head count.
You count 4 of your party. But that's it. Konak is nowhere to be seen, and you haven't seen the Boontosh now that you think about it.
Right. Well, I think
You knew where he was
yeah,
at, but...
But Konak was with us, so the fact that he's not there.
Indeed.
I make my way to the bar and say,
Oh my God.
have you, seen this,
There's nobody at the bar.
No one's at the bar? I look down. Is there someone laying down?
There's no
On
one
the
laying
ground?
down behind the bar.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of staining, wine, mead, beers, ales, probably some heavy alcohols. You can see even a section of the bar that looks like it was really well polished and waxed. The wax has eroded and is kind of running in a dripping fashion off the side, but has resolidified.
Is there anyone else awake? Can I look around?
Looking around, you see Fan is definitely awake, and the other two are starting
Can I
to start.
grab a bottle of whatever I drank the night
The
before?
bar is actually cleared out.
Cleared out? They're
Yeah.
smart! What the hell?
Like they
go
took their booze with
enjoy
them.
that.
That's some disappointment.
The
Let me
Cons
find
are
the
a
guy.
very old family.
Konak's not here. What was his? Do you know where his friend is? The guy he was hanging out with?
I don't.
Are you talking about the guy that
His
he was
friend,
buddy
yeah.
with last night?
Yeah, is he there?
He's there. Passed out.
I'm gonna go up. Can you not donkey kick the shit out of him?
I give him a booty bump.
You kind of shuffle up against him. You see as he kind of he's laying on his back, 5-star, snoring. He's got drool hanging out one side of his mouth. Oh yeah. We did some drinking last night.
Oh god! I'm gonna stand next to him and go like this, dude, my dude.
Yeah.
Where is the guy with the funny accent? Where did he go?
Yeah, it's not a funny accent. It's like normal where we're from. Let me do even better. Where are we? Oh God!
Can I just slap him and wake him up?
Jesus! What the?
Stay with me.
Is this how you wake all your friends up? It's not very nice.
Some people find it nice.
Okay, well, we drank last night. Yeah, it's this is like a normal thing around here. Yeah,
Drinking? Yes, probably.
yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
where's Konak?
It's not my day to watch him. Tell you the truth.
Well, where was the last? Did he wake up next
Well,
to you? Did you feel anything? When was the last time you heard him?
I respect your open-mindedness, but I am not that way. Respectfully. No, I don't really recall. It was we had lots of fun. We were drinking, and he's gone.
Oh, cool.
Didn't think it was my job to watch him.
I'm not saying it's your job, but if you have a friend and all of a sudden he's gone,
Luca, will you just leave that poor man alone? Come sit down with us.
I give him another
Thank you,
slap and I
Elephant
go.
Hey. And you
I'm
just see just
sorry
lays
about my
back
friend.
down.
So what's the plan for today?
What is our plan for today?
Are we just gonna go
Well, since Konak's
find
gone.
that girl's brother?
Yeah. Yep. We could do that. Maybe we can find something small to do. Maybe bulk up on traveling since we have to go so far anyways. I mean, we could probably use as much gold as possible to replenish things for travel.
We need to try to sell our house.
Yeah.
Well,
we
one
gotta-
house,
Yeah, one
yeah.
house. Yeah. So maybe we maybe find a little money maker. Shake it like a money maker if we need to. Get some dough.
Did you get a house?
Did you get a house?
We all got houses.
We all got houses,
We
right?
totally got houses.
You're not here.
We were
Yeah, we
supposed to
should-
talk to the Warforge guy to.
Sell our house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna maybe do that? Maybe get some water
I'm
on
ready
my
to get
face.
the hell on
Oh,
out of
this is
here.
sticky.
Yeah,
I'm
this
so
place is
sticky.
gross. I want to get the fuck out of here.
So you guys
So sticky.
rouse yourselves. You make your way back out into the city. As you walk out of the bar, it is bright, and it is that immediate hangover, oh no. Your eyes adjust, and you can see there is some city life that's kind of teeming about. The majority of people have a grayness about them that makes you think that you weren't the only festivity in town, and this really cements for you guys that these people look at death as a celebration of life. The more you see, there's a pile of vomit over there. It was a big party to celebrate people and life and the circle.
And someone's the champion of that party.
I was the
One of
champion.
those.
Great job. We're all champions in our own way. We may have lost some money along the way.
Wandering around,
Still.
asking about, inquiring about, who to talk to about, even just getting the keys to your houses. You are directed to
Theodore.
The city council, which has its own building, not far from where you're at. It's about 3 streets over in the same ward that you're in. They direct you to Ahmed Kapandanze.
Can you spell that?
You're welcome. Kapandanze.
All right. He's a councilman?
He's a count.
A count.
A count.
Ooh.
And he's part of the Goodfellow City Council. Following the directions, you're led to this very boring, very square building. It's about 30 feet tall and about 30 feet wide. And looking down the way of it, it's about 30 feet deep. There's 3 floors, and each, every evenly spaced, are little windows. It looks incredibly boring and gray. Stepping inside, it is equally boring and gray. There's a receptionist who points you to the right floor. It's the 2nd floor, third door on the left. You walk upstairs. You find the door. It's one of the ones that faces the street. This would be one of the rooms that faces the street. And as you knock on the door, you hear a call from the other side, yes, come in.
We're gone.
Yeah.
Opening the door.
Yeah.
On the other side, there is this yellow, sallow-cheeked creature. Not totally foreign to you guys, but let's say you probably recognize him as being a Gith. He has deep bags under his eyes, large green irises. Gith. He has yellow skin, deep cheekbones, a sharp pointed face, and is just very lanky in general. He's garbed in a nice, collared, the shirts that have drawstrings on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Blouse.
very nice. Is it blouse?
Like a
Is that what it is?
blousey ass.
Yeah. It's
Peasant
like
shirt?
pirates.
Ooh, yeah, peasant shirt
Irony.
probably is
I
it.
think it'll be a blouse.
Yeah.
Very simple looking. It's like a beige color. He's wearing
It's a peasant
a
shirt.
deep
Yeah.
blue pair
Yeah.
of trousers. And the look on his face is that he is not prepared for visitors, but is supposed to be prepared for visitors. And you see him kind of wipe some sleep from his eyes. Yes. Yes, how can I help you?
We are inquiring about the houses that we are owed.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You guys are you're the Banshee Forest dwellers. Yeah, we got it.
Banshees.
Well, we don't have a name.
Okay. And you see he kind of reaches under his desk and you hear a drawer pull out and he kind of comes back up. He has documents. Says there's 6 of you?
Yeah.
Not here
Well,
at the
there's
moment,
only
but
5
yeah.
now.
I know there's 4 right now, but
Okay.
we'll have 6 here.
Uh, your names, please.
Odette and Luca.
Infan and Guanapo. I believe I was
Says
owed.
yours is
Yeah, not a house. It should be a little
yeah.
business.
Okay. This is over off of Elm and First, so you might want to go check that out.
Okay, that sounds just creepy. Yeah.
Is that
Do
the
you know-
house or
could
the
you-
business?
The business.
Am I allowed to have a beneficiary or something on there?
You can work out the legal stuff with legal probably tomorrow.
Okay. I just didn't know if that was with you or not. Okay.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can. Will
Yeah.
and
You
deeds
look.
and
I'm
testaments.
gonna go
Yep.
stand. Yeah.
So if I could just, and he hands you each a paper and a pen to go with it. If you would just put your James Hannibals on there.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna say John Hancock. I was like,
Right.
James Hannibal.
Just fan.
Fantastic.
Here you go.
Guanapo, a very beautiful script.
Same with Luca.
But I turn to you and I tug on
So-
your shirt and I say, "Where Nabuntosh?" Whatever your accent is.
That's close enough.
I don't
You
know.
gotta start doing the punctuate. The boon.
Well, he does the
tosh.
David Bowie voice. So.
I don't.
Boontown.
I don't really
Nabuntosh.
know. Or the little elfin man, Konak.
Don't care.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
I
have these
figured.
here.
I don't know either, Mar. I'd
You
assume
see,
together.
He kind of starts reaching under, grabs a ring of keys, and he's staring at it. He's like, starts flipping through it as you're talking.
If me and my significant other would like to potentially,
Time out. We never established this. You guys are significant others.
to each other.
Okay, just
We
check.
are significant beings.
We're good. Just checking. Just checking.
I
Sorry.
reach in my bag real quick and I pull out the painting of the sexy man you had business with, and I pull it out and I say, "Look at it."
Yes.
We're not gonna talk about that right now.
I just roll it up and I give it to you.
Thank you. I'll keep it. Is there a way to potentially sell one of the homes?
You don't want it.
No, very much do want it, but I also don't want to be too far from this hot piece of ass.
You can forfeit your house for 500 gold if you'd like.
What kind of shit? Thank you. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
What? We don't know how
I'll
much
buy
mon-
from you
we
for
don't-
that.
We don't know how much houses go in these parks.
Oh yeah, is that good? Like,
There was a bow
You
worth
could-
like 5,000 gold.
would that be
You
good?
have seen a bow go for a regular bow is like 100 and something, and there are definitely creature comforts that you guys have tried to find that have gone for significantly more.
Yeah,
So
they're,
this-
they're
oh.
underselling.
Okay,
yeah.
so this okay.
Yeah, I'd pay you 600 gold for that house.
Okay.
Is what I'm telling you.
Okay, yeah, got it. Appreciate it. We'll keep it.
Great.
For now.
And as you say, you'll keep it. He like looks down. He's like, goes back like 3 or 4 keys and starts unhooking the ring and pulls them out. Ding, ding, ding. And he looks at you and clips it and goes to a different set of rings and starts the whole process over again.
Yeah,
Is he
sorry
just
about
choosing
that.
houses?
No,
Do we get a pick?
No, I don't know your guys. What are the crossroads of their homes if I'm on that weird street?
Yeah, no, the business ward has more houses or businesses located off trees and numbers.
Oh,
They're
that's
not
my
familiar.
jam right there. Okay.
The housing district is kind of more sprawling,
Yeah.
circular types.
Yeah.
They're named after famous people. This one's McQueen right here, and you see he starts pointing at a map that's behind him.
Okay.
You have McQueen, and then there's Deovalд, and this section right here. Oh, this section is where you really want to get to when you're high. I'm not trying to say anything, but where I live, but like this is the Regal, and he just keeps going on and on and on.
Are we in the
Join
Regal?
it. No.
Cool.
You'll be.
So
Yeah.
pushy.
Not like, risk
Just
their
shows
lives or something. Potentially could die. I don't think it's Regal.
Yeah.
When you achieve count status,
Count status.
or
You ever heard of
Viscount's another. Really, I mean,
Viscount.
that's where I'm gonna be here shortly. It's
Oh,
really,
look at you.
yeah. It's. I mean, you can call me Lord.
Oh. Are you a Dark Lord? Darky Dark? Little dark?
I'm pretty yellow, so and you see it kind of flicks a key, and it is with expert skill that he flicks this key your direction, and it travels about 6 feet through the air in this beautiful arc, and you try to catch it, and
Yeah.
your snout
Yeah.
jumps up, or your trunk jumps up and grabs it out of the air, and it is a very fucked up and rusty looking skeleton key.
Oh.
You'll know the place.
Oh,
The rest of
God.
you.
Oh wow.
He hands you each a key and gives you the address, the house number. You're all within the same region of each other, not right next to each other, but there is, some
We're in
sparks.
the same neighborhood. We're
You're in the same
neighbors?
hood. You're neighbors.
I'm gonna write in my book real quick. How much to buy a cornfield?
Aww.
Well, are you looking to put down roots then and become part of one of the contributing members of Goodfellow?
Do I have to share?
Yeah, she would like. He would like to be a contributing member of Goodfellow.
Okay.
Well, we do have some properties immediately outside the gate. We're looking at a city expansion here soon. I wouldn't particularly go farming just yet, but some people do.
Yeah. How much per like acre, and how many acres would we need to have a self-sustaining?
Most people work pretty
You know.
fine off of half acres if they're doing something oddly specific.
Yeah.
But you know, that only nets you
Quite a bit
something
then.
for a month or two out of the year. If you're looking for continued, sustainable employment, you're looking for
You just
you know
can't-
more into
Yeah, he did.
the 10 to 12 acres.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
We can work something out, and especially if you're willing to work with the location, you know, prices can vary
Yeah.
drastically.
What are we talking?
Well,
you got vomit on your list.
Oh.
It's a little,
Sorry.
much.
They call me Power Puker back in college.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I
Matt
wrote
TV.
That said, I mean, and you see him kind of reach behind him, and he's got like this frustrated look on his face, and you see the beads of sweat. It's a cool morning,
Yeah.
but there are beads of sweat just running down his face. And his body looks stressed and tired, and he starts flipping through these large sheets of what would be maps or blueprints of the area. Just outside the current gates, more towards the falls direction. You're working a little bit more south there, a little bit more rough terrain, a little rockier. We could probably set you up with 10 acres. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, something about that. That would be nice.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, depending upon how far out you want to go, that ranges between. You'd be looking at about anywhere between 6,000 all the way down to 1,000 for the acreage. Depends again, like I said, how far you want to go. To be fair, we are
To
expanding
be fair.
outward. To be fair,
We feral.
we are. That's so weird. I didn't know you were part of the same fraternity. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Small world.
Semper Kenny.
Semper Kenny.
Yeah.
Wow, you too, huh?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Right over the head. I mean, we're our walls are gonna be. We're already planning on doing some demolition, reclaiming some of that area for ourselves.
I've seen
Population can't really stay on this poor
what
little
you have, but
coastline.
if you wanted.
I was right. We can wait.
Okay. We'll come back in the near future for that proposition.
Yeah.
Good sir.
I mean, I would like to inform you that that property is going to sell pretty quickly. I mean, I'm not trying to push you or anything.
What is pretty week? 2 weeks?
I
Month?
mean, within a month, probably.
Oh
Probably.
Jesus. Okay.
We-
Okay.
Could we put down half payment now and could we work something
Deposit?
out?
Is
Yeah.
it
How's
an
this
issue
like?
of money? Is that the problem?
No. More of a time and money kind of situation, and I don't want to lose out.
Well, we, my father was pretty, I think he was an upstanding man, and he always said, take the opportunities to help out folk when they need it, and I really wouldn't be a jeez, I can't even say it, capondaze
Gone.
if I didn't extend myself. I could loan you that money if you're really looking for it, if that's something that's really, and you can just pay me back in due time.
How much money do you have?
That's a good question.
Hey, we're gonna just talk about this for a second, and I think we could get something now. You said something about 1,000 gold. Huh?
Yeah, it's about
10 acres.
You're talking about, it's about a mile outside of the gates at this point.
Okay.
It's closer down to like the rockier terrain before you start.
Are you
getting
gonna
into-
be here for
Towards the valley, though, is it
Yeah,
like
I
Sarah?
closer to the water, further from the water? What are we talking
Water,
about?
water. I mean, pretty easy to come by. It rains a lot in these
Okay,
parts. There's
okay.
but you wouldn't be far from the river.
Yeah,
Really, I mean, maybe a
yeah.
mile or two at most.
Can we look at this before we purchase it? Is that a
And you're always welcome to go look before you buy.
okay? We're gonna do that. Could you give
Yeah,
us a
yeah. And he kind of pulls out a quick piece of parchment and draws a quick map for you. And
Very detailed.
Do I know the area decently? Like, would I know what that land happens to look like?
Make a nature check for me. Or a history check. I think a nature check.
11.
It is not the forest, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
You know that from your travels, you've been traveling a lot of north,
Yeah.
and this would be more south.
Okay. Is it more like the plains? Like
More
when it starts
rolling
getting to the rolling
hills,
hills
yeah.
and stuff like that?
Yeah, grasslands.
So I know I could be able to grow
something.
something.
You feel, but yeah,
It would just be work.
it'd be work.
How much would for 1,500? What would we get?
This-
Just curious.
This particular parcel right here, 1,500. I
Yeah.
mean, we could probably throw in an extra. Looks like 10 acres out there. We could throw in an extra 5. I mean, that's fair.
I
Does
just
the
wanted to know
houses have
location
yards?
wise.
Your houses?
I think it's just land.
No. This particular region that he's talking about is prime farmland.
No, but do we have yards in our houses?
Oh no! Is our land the yard?
No.
We're living the shack life.
Right.
I didn't say the quality of
Well,
the
if
house.
you want to,
We're
if you
having
wanted
some D&D
to
cribs.
try it, Guanapo, I'm down. But I'm gonna leave that decision squarely up to you. If you want to do 10 acres, I'm glad they plant our flag here. It seems like they're pretty accepting.
I'm gonna talk to.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna,
I mean, same-sex couples happen all the time here. It's not,
I mean,
I just glare at you.
I mean,
That's such a single
That's
skin
far.
thing to say.
we are just friends, sir.
It is
We're not
so
like the.
Just friends.
Yeah.
hey, like I said, we're not here to judge.
He's like 8.
Maybe I am here to judge. Are you being held captive again?
It is. He's an
You need
adult.
to talk
kid.
to somebody.
I write really loud on my, really big in my book. I am an adult. The line underneath.
I've heard my kids say the same thing. We can set you up with somebody.
Kankus are a little different, sir. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Kanku, right? I thought you were just
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
Anyways,
Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna write in my book to him real quick. You guys can do your thing if you want. I'll just write here.
So, you party hard last night?
Too hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I'm regretting
Where were you
it
at?
the moment.
Oh, there's
You're
a
gonna have the resources to like,
small,
manage it. I don't know.
pretty well-known place
it
called
could be
Rybald.
there. Someone
Kind
does
of
want to
one
run
of
it.
the patrons there.
Oh really? Highballer
Yeah,
at the
I mean,
rival.
I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything.
It
but
sounds like this is growing.
I mean, if you wanna, is there stuff
Yeah.
that you're wanting
Have
to
you
do?
got some side piece of that
Yeah, it should be
Joanne?
more.
You know,
Just a large.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Whatever
whatever
you
tell.
want.
Okay.
But no, she doesn't like to really participate with people that aren't.
I'm playing.
Well, she doesn't just
Oh, you are?
mess around with everybody, you know.
Oh,
He's
that's so
been playing with
sad and unfortunate. I mean, her
Oh,
sense
he's playing
though
for him.
in the morning
Yeah,
is
let's
so
go.
much better.
You think so? I
Absolutely.
mean, I've had coffee with her.
Yeah, good, sir. We're gonna go ahead and buy that plot of land. The 10 acres, not the 15.
Exceptional.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go ahead and.
If
I
you
can
want to
draft
take
this
off
paperwork
500, I'll do 500 as well.
Okay.
You see, he kind of pulls out another big stack of paper and starts shifting through the parchment. In short order, I mean, it would be like 30 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
The contract's drafted, and you hand over the coinage.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sign.
500 gold
If
each.
you would both sign here, please.
My beautiful script again.
So he is.
And I make the
Oh, he's
G
with
like.
us? Oh.
Have you seen like where they do the T's of like the when they start the book?
Yeah.
Like,
It's like just ridiculous.
yeah, I'm gonna do that with my G.
Yeah, I forget what that's called, but that's a beautiful thing.
And I'm gonna take my trunk and just sign fan with my trunk.
And just big
Yeah,
scratches.
as I hold it with 2 hands. Yeah.
Beautiful. He takes it back
Canon.
from you.
That's how I sign everything now.
Did you give us an example?
That's really
Read it out. Show us.
that's pretty. You might want to work on that.
Yeah.
You know what? Not my business. The land's yours. It's already plotted out. You'll see the perimeters, and you can set up fence whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Okay. Good luck to you all. Is there anything else I can?
Where could we locate a billboard of odd jobs?
Oh,
Money making jobs? That what
Money
you-
yep,
I don't
that's.
need
Yeah.
no for what
Yeah.
the hell you do? What the?
If there's a just in case.
if you really want to talk to somebody about going-ons around town, I don't know if you've met Chrissy, but she's probably the best source of information for things like that. She's the captain of the guard.
Excellent.
Okay, well,
Oh, bye.
If
Go get
you,
some sleep and water.
yeah. You see, he just kind of puts his head back onto the table. So, did you check?
I did.
I say we start trekking through and finding that girl's, what's Chrissy?
Joanne's
Joanne's
Brother.
brother Lucas.
Yeah.
I mean, the earlier we get there, the easier it'll be for trial if we find him in time.
Right. Because it's going to take 3 weeks, so we might as well start now.
Yeah, I would agree. We should probably go find Lucas. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, Lucas.
Wait,
Yeah, what else do we have?
hold on.
I feel like I gotta check the old notey book.
I have that paper bird thing.
Mhm.
So I'm going to send Nabuntosh
Oh, hell yeah.
a note
Okay.
telling him we're going to head what direction?
We're heading in a direction
I don't think we got a direction.
It is
northeast.
East.
It's northwest.
Far-
Northwest, yeah.
Northwest
West,
of
yeah.
Goodfellow.
It's
Earthbound.
far west.
Earthbound Road.
And the Earthbound Road's the primary mode of travel. At this point, leaving the city, any one of you would have easily been able to stock up on supplies.
And get a map as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
Maps, surprisingly hard to come by. Everybody seems to draw shorthand maps of like the immediate area, and if you wanted to make it like a, how to
Can
train
I
your
start
dragon
collecting
thing.
those?
Yeah, if you want to make
I'd
like
like
a
to
how
start
to
collecting
how to
those.
train your dragon,
Yeah, you'll
I don't
you
know
can do
that.
that.
What? Oh! He goes out and he slowly starts making a map.
Yeah,
as
he
goes.
makes he starts with like a sheet of paper and then he like glues other pieces of paper to make a bigger.
Okay. Well, I just want to collect it so I can start like piecing it together on one
Mhm.
paper.
Right, cataloging.
Yeah.
So I'm sending him a paper bird on where we're going and what our plan is and what direction and what road we're going on.
Have him meet us at the northwest. That does make
East
east-west. The fuck? Northwest gate of the city.
Where we're leaving.
Right,
Or-
that's where we're heading. There should be a gate, I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's a
Northwest
gate.
we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
leave.
So the gate's
but are we
like
just gonna wait for him at the gate, or are we gonna tell him we're gonna continue on?
Well, we can meet him at the gate and then we
Would
can
I
all
receive
go.
this note?
not in like a timely fashion.
Because I've been gone.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So you fold the bird up and
Yeah.
and as you throw it, it's like a little paper airplane mixed with origami, and you watch the bird just start to, it like dips for a second, and then the wings pick it up, and you see the three of you see this beautiful rendition of a hummingbird made out of paper, and it just and flies off into the distance. Honestly, from what you see, it's extremely quick, and you're certain it'll get to him before the day's out.
Okay.
But it does not, I will point out, it does not head to the Ribald. It does not go that direction. It goes, it starts heading out of town.
Okay.
The hell?
North, south, east.
It's heading due west right now.
My paper bird.
But that's the direction out of town at this point.
It's interesting that it's going that direction versus.
Heading that way, anything you guys need before you leave, or we,
Just replenishing rations.
it would probably cost you each about 5 gold.
5 gold.
For,
Rations.
I mean, you're talking 2 weeks worth of rations and water and
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to get my rations on. I'll get Konak. Oh well, I don't know what Konak's doing.
Konak. You haven't seen him.
We just haven't seen him. Okay,
So,
that's fair.
28 ration. No, how many times should we eat a day?
1 rations kit is
Is a
usually
day.
good enough for a day.
So 14 for
And
2
I'm
weeks.
pretty good at, depending on where we're going, I can find my food.
And it's mostly like dried jerkies and
Yeah.
hard breads.
More of
or
like a dried
unripened
nuts and
breads.
fruits kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
I only have 4.
You can add 14 rations. So
I can add what?
you can add 14 on whatever you add.
For 20
14.
gold, right?
5 gold.
5 gold.
Oh, I took off 20.
Are you allowing me to do the same?
Yeah, easy enough. Wouldn't have been hard.
No, you gone, boy.
Bye, Felicia.
Wouldn't argue if that's what
As
it
you
said.
guys are passing through the main fort area, there's the first immediate entrance from the courtyard of the fort to the city. You pass through that first, it's probably about 100 feet deep. You get to the other side, and you can see there's some sparring, some training. There seems to be some sort of history lesson that's going on where there's somebody just dictating to a bench full of rather bored-looking subordinates.
What's he saying?
He's talking about the history of Goodfellow, and he mentions the greater history of the area and how this came to be a location that people would want to show up to.
And bored.
The port, it's dry, very dry terrain.
Bored.
As you approach the secondary gate on the other side of the courtyard where the portcullis is located,
Ooh, porticulous, huh?
yeah, you see leaning up against the wall, cleaning her nails, is a rather large giant woman dressed in very official looking like
Giant.
Goliath.
Okay.
Goliath woman. Cleaning her nails, long black hair. She turns and looks at you. So, you are leaving town today, yeah?
We're gonna go look for some things.
You should know that your friend has already left. In fact, 2 of your friends have already left. The mouthy one, he was first. He takes off into the night. I don't know where he's going.
Yeah, it seems
You
routine.
have quite the bit of insight on us.
Well, it is my job to be informed, and I think that maybe you have the wrong impression of me at this point. So maybe I just need to do my job more.
Yeah, where's the other dude?
He left not maybe an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
North, south?
Headed west. Didn't say much to me.
Man, it's always west. Okay.
Well, we are on the east coast, so.
Yeah, well, north, south is an option, you know. Just saying.
What is your name? Hi, hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is Luca.
Luca.
Yeah.
We've met. My name is Chrissy. I am the
Oh,
captain of the guard.
that's who it is.
I figured that's who you described, but
I did not get that at all.
I was playing it that way. I just didn't want to.
Right, I was
It was
like,
obvious to me.
It was pretty obvious.
Is this
Here, I
person
just-
coming
I'm
up
trying
to
be
us
nice.
all like,
He's
hey?
the one Goliath we know.
So
Pathetic,
one Goliath.
sorry, yep, good point. Ooh, man, drinking last night really messed with this one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Get your vision with that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I messed about this conversation.
Yeah. So,
All
Thank
right,
you. I guess.
Is her demeanor unusual?
Forward.
What'd she
Very-
say? A word with you?
She like her.
Make an insight check.
I was gonna say her
Her
tone,
body,
her
yeah, is
everything's
different.
just kind
from
of.
what we're
What
normal.
did she just say?
I'll help you out with that.
It's not that she said something; it's how she's
I know,
holding
but she did
herself.
just
Like
say
she,
something.
but she,
Did you
never
say away
claimed
with
she
you
wouldn't
or
be
word
so
with you?
fascinated with her nails. And the way
Got
her
a 27 with a natural 20. Oh God!
I love that way as first. Okay, everybody, go ahead and go adopt a pit bull. This is how you adopt pit bulls. You need to go adopt a pit bull because it's really good.
Oh,
It's really good to
okay.
adopt pit bulls. We have one. She's
But if I
fat and
help,
cute.
does that mean no? So I
Hey.
would not.
She hikes, what, 15 miles?
She hiked a lot with me this week. I even got poison ivy. Yeah.
So did she.
Wait, is
Oh,
this real
boy.
life? Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Gosh,
There's no-
Other
Christy.
I thought you were more outdoorsy than that.
Yes, yeah.
What are you
He's
doing out
highly-
here?
He's highly allergic to poison ivy.
Why are you
Yeah,
out
I've
here?
had it a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
times.
yeah.
Well, I mean, this is not. Will someday be my home, but it's not really my home. So if I leave, it makes it a little weird that you would think.
I think you're gonna have a good time, you know, helping all these people. You look big. Look, we gotta go.
we gotta go.
Yeah, you have a good day.
Anything I can help you with on your way out of town?
Yeah, no thanks. And I'm gonna put
Thank you for the hugs.
good old Guanapo on my
Thank you-
shoulders,
thank you
and we're
very
gonna
much.
Thank you for the
start
services you
going
have
west.
provided.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we don't know when though. As we march away.
When we get out of her line of sight
Mhm.
and we see some trees, I want to pull them all to the side and cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead and burn the spell slot.
So stay within 30 feet of me, and then
So easy.
So if you stay within 30 feet of me, you get a plus 10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and we can't be tracked except by magical means.
Cool.
Lasts for an hour. And I do sneaky.
That vibes from that thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
That-
she's normally sketchy, but she was a little
she was a
extra
little
sketchy.
boring. She was too like.
Guanapo had
okay.
some feelings, and I just I'm gonna trust the Guanapo on this one.
You good, Quango?
We probably should just. Yeah, I'll leave that to him.
First try.
We're
All right. You guys are headed
I'm
westbound.
going to show them my book real quick. This side.
Right. Okay. Right. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
We're making our way out of town, walking fast.
To the forest, going west.
Okay. This road actually does not lead you to the forest.
Goddamn.
Oh.
That would be the highwind.
Okay.
That takes you up into the forest. This road just
Okay, writing
pretty
all
much
these down.
goes straight west. The trip is rather uneventful.
Nice.
It is plain. It is rather boring.
Have we ever seen a Boontosh tracks?
Go ahead and make a constitution save for me.
We're gonna
Yeah,
find
and
you
then
Find him
in the woods,
in the dark,
I'll save.
all alone,
maybe alone.
maybe slightly dead.
Oh, did I touch it?
Hey, I rolled well. 17.
yeah. So you guys walk for the better part of the day. Conversations are had. You guys are. I mean, there's tracks everywhere. This is a well-traveled road. It's one of the main vein roads that leads
Main vein.
towards
You ever have to bleed that main vein?
With leeches.
towards
Why is it bleeding?
Cedar.
Drain the main vein?
No,
out?
there
Yeah,
go.
you don't
Drain.
bleed it.
It's a vein. You bleed it.
Anyways,
You're supposed to
Sorry,
say-
Battle.
Sorry, that took.
We'll have to look up the origin of that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drain, but never bleed.
Yeah.
You might want to have a talk with like your doctor.
But that's not normal.
If you're
I'm
bleeding,
surprised this is the first time you're hearing about it.
bleeding from the main vein.
So that's why he carries that pocket knife everywhere he goes.
Oh wow. Just the imagery is rough.
Right.
Yeah. Are we all thinking different things as I think?
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
You
I'm
get a doctor
imagining
to
like
do
an
that to you.
emo kid. Like,
Oh no, I'm imagining him peeing blood.
oh god.
Yeah, it's not.
yeah.
That's what I was imagining too.
Right. You're on
Wait,
the
what
other
are you
side.
thinking? An emo boy? What?
2005 was rough, man.
Not as rough as 2020.
So you guys walk for
Hasn't been
about
that.
8 hours, I would say.
Okay, my spell's gone.
During that time,
I still have my whip of warning. Warning.
yeah.
And I
Walk-
have no warning.
I want to say that now.
Nothing seems
Nothing?
to catch your eye. Nothing like that.
I'm gonna make another bird.
Okay.
So what did you want me to make him out of?
The paper you have about. Oh, you're talking about for later on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. I don't think you're gonna burn through them all day.
Okay. I'm gonna send him another bird to let him know where we're going and where we're headed.
Okay.
Did I ever receive the first one?
Yeah, no, you did. You would have received it several hours ago at this point.
I would have kept it and neatly folded it up and put it in my pack.
Go ahead and make a.
What
Let's make a
cool
d20
thing.
roll. Right?
I like to see where bird.
Me too.
5.
As you go to start folding it, this little voice in your head is just like "fuck," and you rip it in half.
It just catches on fire.
You just can't touch paper.
Right.
Touching paper.
Okay, well, that happened.
We'll make. Shall we make camp? We've been walking for 8 hours.
I mean, what time is it?
Well, yeah, what time is
It's
it?
not
The sun
quite.
is like
On the
peeking over
verge.
You
Alright,
can no
let's
longer
keep going.
see the sun.
Are we still on the
Uh,
Earthbound Road, or are we next to the Banshee Forest? What's
The Banshee Forest is more of like another from where you're at, you would guess 2.5 to 3 days north of you. You're walking just straight east at this point. But you do know west at this point. You do know at some point it does veer north.
West.
I thought you said east.
Set it to Wumbo.
But it's not a continuous straight line. It does have, it goes through valleys and caverns.
Yeah.
Joanne would have expressed to you the different terrains that you might encounter.
Yeah. Good old Joanne.
We'll keep going then.
I think we should walk at least a couple more hours
Yeah.
into the dark.
All right.
I think we're fine.
I'm gonna have back
We'll
on
just light
Odette.
a torch
Who
up.
has dark vision? Out of curiosity.
I don't.
I do
but
not.
have,
Am I the only one?
You're the only one.
This is the first creature I created that doesn't have dark vision.
Same
It's
with me.
scary.
I have
Why,
something.
dude, you don't have dark vision. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
I've never not had
That's why I
dark
was
vision
asking about the
either.
forest, because I was gonna share that tidbit that Stanley told us last time, but you don't have any more of that moss, do you?
I do.
Oh.
I only gave him a small pinch.
Okay,
I have a candle, so I'm gonna light my candle when it gets too dark for me not to.
I'm
see.
gonna write in my book real quick. It might be kind of risky, but Stanley the professor told us that they were doing experiments, and the glowing moss could give you temporary night vision without any ill potential side effects.
No trippiness happening.
I don't know about
I
that.
might eat that in a case of emergency. For now, let's keep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
back burner.
Yeah.
I need
you know
to
what I'm
like
saying?
cleanse my body before I start taking
Oh
something.
no,
You know
we'll
what I mean?
just cram it on down in there. You
Yeah.
know, trunk first. You just gotta dig it on in, but we'll you just really gotta, we'll wait.
Elephant puns are great. The night carries on. Nothing really happens. Lighting
have-
a candle and
I'm gonna just keep it at
keeping
me
your ears
listen
on
out
the
there.
alert.
Glad to
The
know I
one
was
member of
doing
your party doesn't seem to have anything, and your particular weapons don't seem to sound off. There is a point where you realize like you're hot and you're sweaty and you're tired and your legs are sore, and you decide to make camp. You pull off the side of the road. There's a small nook that looks like this is a regular stopping point for people. So we want to camp in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be I'm gonna set up a fire real quick, and then I'm gonna sit myself next to the fire and use clairvoyancy.
Okay.
And I want to see within a mile, kind of like.
Do another nauseating swooping round.
Yep.
As you start spiraling outward, trying to take in all the details, make a perception check for me.
Sure can.
We're still all awake right now, right?
Mm-hmm. But at this point, another hummingbird paper would have shown up.
This one I'm just gonna throw on the ground and cast Eldritch Blast. Just
Yeah.
a small little.
The little puff of energy as it leaves your hand just rips the paper. It doesn't like incinerate it. It doesn't vaporize it. It's just like, it's like somebody just took like 1,000 tiny fingers and was like, and ripped it all at the same time, and it just falls into this like dusty pile.
And I'm gonna kick dust over it.
15.
It is hard to focus on small details, but you get the lay of the land. You are in if maybe it was more curated, this would be a great place to grow grapes. It's like
Grapes?
grapes.
I thought it
It'd
said
be
graves.
wine country.
Oh,
You can grow grapes.
hilly? Is it kind of hill-like?
Everywhere's a good place for
Okay.
grape growing.
There are some trees every now and then. In fact, there's this one large one that has this. Its trunk looks like multiple trunks that have just blended together over time.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably about, in some sections, maybe 40 feet across, but in others maybe only 10 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 50 feet tall and has this massive canopy. And there's even, as you're coming by it, you can see a whole flock of birds, different types of birds that are sleeping in this tree. And it kind of catches your eye for a minute, but for the most part, that's the most interesting thing that you find on your sweep. Everything else.
Can I take another 10 minutes, spreading another spell slot to look at the road, look a mile in front of us and then a mile behind us?
Yeah, so you zoom forward and zoom backwards. I would use the same perception roll. It looks like a road. It is well traveled. There are, every now and then you find some debris and detritus on the side of the road, but it's difficult to make out any specific details because of how dark it is. As you're coming back, you see the light from your campfire, and you make it probably, I would say, about a half mile back. And you can see there are some torches being carried on the road behind you. But
How many torches?
2.
Just 2. Are they? Is it? Are they hustling kind of?
No,
thing?
it looks like they're on a slow. They have a pretty slow gait.
Normal person walking
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
Did a surveillance. We're good. However, there's 2 torches coming up from behind us, about half a mile behind.
All right. I mean, it is a road, so
What does the space look like that we're
Little lake,
occupying
I
right
guess,
now? Are
yeah.
we backed up against like a
Just in case.
cliff
Just
or
no,
rock,
no,
or are we
it's
exposed on all
very
areas?
open. It's pretty much
I don't know, I can
exposed
tell
all
where
the
they
way
were.
around. The
geez.
immediate
I
area
just
that
had
you're
a
in
thought.
is kind of
There
this
were
recess
3 of
between
those lizard
2
people.
hills.
Okay.
Where?
The hills.
You killed.
Well, no,
Probably very
remember
low
that guy we,
you know.
well, we,
It's I mean,
Konak,
from peak to
Killed.
trough. It's probably about 20 feet,
was a
but
lizard person.
it's only about 10 feet
He
up
was
or
with
down
2 other.
in
Okay.
any
lizard people.
given area from the level.
Let's
of the
just make
road.
sure they're not
Okay.
lizard people. All I'm saying.
And you
Yeah.
guys have found like a small nook that's
I
about 5
could-
feet down. That
Okay.
I would like to turn into a I'm gonna turn into a very tiny little beetle, and I'm gonna start making my way. The quickest one I can think of in my head.
and what is that?
You know what? It's gonna be a
I'm not a
lizard.
beetle,
You know, yeah,
just-
yeah. It's gonna be a lizard because I can tell you it ain't gonna be pretty, and I can't fly yet. So, I'm gonna turn into a nice little sprinting lizard,
Okay.
little Aatrox. Boom.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go check out those 2 walking figures
I put 'em
towards
in
us.
direction.
And just kind of see what's up and who they are and what's
You
going on.
dash away,
Yeah.
and as you guys watch this giant elephant body recede, are you okay?
I have to go pee. Stop bringing attention to it.
Stop bringing it down.
I can't help it. It's in my periphery.
Stop.
I also
Stop.
I know.
I
I'm
know,
like
me too.
trying to do
Got
good.
me.
I got the chills, man.
You watch
Yeah, I
as
just
this
tried to
body
keep it.
just collapses into this small, skinny, upright lizard that's kind of holding its arms like back
Oh,
like
he's
this.
talking about runners?
Yep.
And
I'm
it
sorry.
just kind of his little feathers just like pop out like,
Yeah.
and there's just this like trail of dust just that comes
Oh,
up behind
that's
it.
cute.
It doesn't take you very long.
Okay.
Those things are very fast.
Yeah.
So cute.
Is he kicking up leaves behind
Yeah,
you?
it's
You
like
see his
very
legs go in like
cartoon,
circle.
like and you just see his little arms just.
And when I get near them, I just want to like kind of make my way up a tree and just kind of like look.
There are no trees, but there
Totally
is, there is a rather broad rock that's
Yeah.
about. It's a boulder. It's probably about
Like kind of
based
spy
on where it's at. You would be about 2 feet above the head of any reasonably height
Yeah,
tall
yeah, yeah.
creature, and you kind of poke your head up. Poke your head up. Those guards? Yeah, those are guards. They just look like normal guards. They're probably on patrol. Yeah, those are guards. Yep.
Okay, and I'm just gonna haul back to my group. Yeah, and then I'll transform back after I'm like, they're just guards. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right.
They just look like they're
Guards.
patrolling.
Little
Ah,
ponytails.
They're gone.
I'm gonna
There's
pull out
guards.
4 arrows from my quiver, and I'm gonna cast cordon of arrows, and I'm gonna put 1 arrow on the ground on each side of us, so north, south, east, west.
Mhm.
Basically, anyone that comes 30 feet within it that I haven't designated as a friend, it'll strike them.
Wow,
So,
cool. Is
But
that
you
an
haven't
individual
designated
spell?
as a friend.
so you guys are good if you walk past. it,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
say a
Wait,
random
but-
stranger who's still also good walks by.
It's
I don't
whatever
think
you
we
consider
should
a
do-
friend,
I
yeah.
just don't know.
So, out of
Can we
curiosity,
do
is
his
it
enemies?
1 spell per arrow?
No, it covers 4. That's why I picked 4
Covers 4?
specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you using your good arrows?
Can we count
No,
these
I'm
guards
not.
as our friends before they walk up, please?
Eh.
We're gonna say yes on that. That's gonna be a yes.
No.
I'm gonna just.
Please tell me that's a yes. We can't murder guards.
I would like to burn my
Okay.
last
You
third
guys just
level
bought
slot,
land here.
Yeah, we own property here. We have to be
And
a little.
I'm
civil.
gonna hop on the back of Odette's back and be like, I'll keep an eye on them, and I'll get more description as they come in closer.
Yeah.
So when they get, like, what? How far? 5 miles be okay? Enough time to kind of
They're
prep us?
not.
They're a half
They're
mile.
about a half mile away.
They're
from
walking up
Half
on us
mile?
right now. I
Oh,
just
I'm
saw
looking.
them.
Who
They're
are
just some
they?
friendly guards.
There are 2 guards they're talking about. One of them is a human, younger-looking human. The other one is a pretty gnarly-looking dwarven female. Her beard is like very beautifully and ornately draped into like several different dreads that have beads all over it. And they're just talking about, regular business. Can you believe this happened? And oh my God, that guy. And it's very gossipy. And
Hopefully we're good.
Well, do we
we're
want to be
minding our own
discreet about where we're
business.
going? I could just quickly burn
I
some
don't know why
response.
they even ask.
Good point. I mean, we are the Banshees. And
Yeah.
Oh
they're
man, can
very-
we we need to figure out, there's only 4 of us here right now. You guys are a group of 2, we're a group of 2. The other 2 are weird as shit, let's just put it honestly.
So is
You wanna
Quideth
come
not with us right now?
No.
Come, it's just us 4.
I thought he was.
No.
He said he took. Well, Christy said he took off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do we make you
Christy.
invisible for
No.
now so they don't... Oh, okay.
I don't think it matters. I do think we need a group name.
Cool. I unclairvoyance, and now I'm just rubbing Odette's back, relaxing, chilling, kind of doing like that kind of... What's that? Fabio move? And kind of just on her back, kind of like...
the thing that guys can't do unless, like, there's only one specific reason they just did it.
Bearskin rug.
Yeah.
Yep,
By
yep.
fire.
Yep, by
Yep.
fire, yeah. Yep, a fluffy pillow hiding the rundle.
Probably got some coffee with like
Nice.
some alcohol in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or
You have
thermos.
any ideas for a name?
Corn.
I'm actually good with corn.
We could be the knobs.
The knobs.
Wait,
I don't know if I like that.
Corn on the cobs?
Yeah.
Why did I say knobs?
I heard that you could slop on the knob.
We're the knob slobs.
But yeah, corn.
Just choking.
It's on a cob.
Colonel.
Yeah, Colonel.
Breathe, woman.
We can all be corn puns. She'd be Colonel Guanapo.
He.
He can be Colonel Guanapo. Damn it, mother. Fucking suffering. God, fucking just, God. Fucking.
Because, like, corn on the cob, you get really sloppy with it. So you're a knob slob.
Oh my.
We had to be the knob slobs.
Sorry, anyways, go
Maybe it's
ahead.
not a good time to make a name.
At this point, the guards are like approaching, and they see you in the distance, and they're just
We're all
nod
yelling
respectfully.
slob,
Yeah,
knobs, corn
it's
on
like
cob.
they're very interested in what you're
Just
saying,
things that rhyme.
but trying to say like
Cob, blob,
objectively out of
job,
Doorknobs.
it.
Well-
Citizens,
Hey!
and they just
Hey,
keep walking. They don't intend to stop or anything
Cool.
like
nice.
that. Your arrows. Did
She
you
she
designate them
she
as
said
friends?
Yeah,
that
he
she
asked me
would.
and I said
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
They'd have to say it on a
We asked
dexterity saving
politely.
throw, so it's not like an instant, like.
She's fine.
Is there, like, a different translation for corn? That sounds cool.
Maize.
The maze. But it's like, for instead of less pluralizing it, like mazes, it would just be maze.
Is it spelled M-A-I-Z-E?
Be amazed!
I actually love the
Be
name.
amazed.
No, I just amazed. That's a cool name, man.
Maze.
What's your name? Maze.
Maze. Are you amazed?
Like
by us?
mayonnaise, maze.
Maybe
It's
not
like
that.
nine.
I mean,
Does that
we're
ruin it?
God, I wish I
slobbing
was
on
here for
knobs.
this.
We're knob slobs.
Can we be maze? You like maze, Guanapo? I know you like maze.
Alright,
Guanapo.
our group name is Maize.
Alright.
Maze.
Pick something else then.
The knob slobs. Wait, the slob knobs. Wait, what?
That will be my dancing name. Welcome to the stage, knob slob.
Oh, corn on the knobs.
Corn on the knobs.
I can't hold on. I mean,
We can be. Yeah. I don't know.
Wait, can you spell, what's corn backwards?
Rock.
Rock.
Knock?
Children of the corn.
N-R-O-C.
Yeah, we can be the children
Rock.
of the corn.
We're knock.
Cartoon animation endings.
So no name yet? Maze. I like maze, but
I like corn on the knob.
There's a place.
Mazel. We're the Mazels.
That makes us like a dance group.
that sounds like a disease.
Maze is just too short for a name.
I have the measles.
The Mazel Tops.
We could be the Maze Runners.
The Maze
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
But it's spelled differently.
But it's
corn
spelled
Yes.
differently.
like Halloween time, a bunch of kids are
Stupid.
running through the corn. You know?
Right. Or the
Maze
corn
Runners.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
But it's a different spelling.
What
It's
else?
legally distinct.
I don't know.
Mushroom
maze.
tips. Or no.
Wow, what is
No,
on
it's
your
not,
mind?
it's not.
Jesus.
I was thinking of what you
Holy
call
Carpet
shit.
munchers.
Yeah.
How about the ass fuckers?
Yeah.
mushroom
How
caps.
about Pornhub.com?
The caps of the mushroom. That's what I
Not
meant.
sponsored.
Not a sponsor.
Mushroom cat. Mushroom
Mushroom
cat.
caps. I don't know. Whatever the top of a mushroom is called.
It's called the cat. We're not being the damn mushroom caps.
Just the tip.
Yeah, that'll be our slogan.
Tip of
You
the
need help?
You guys
Just
are
the
called
tip.
the mushroom caps? Yeah, just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Tip of the cob.
We could be called the Hells. Because
what?
it kind of sounds like anal, but anal.
The Hells.
The annals of corn.
I
Ooh.
think you should
The
do
annals
like
of Maize.
Maize something else.
Okay,
You know,
Maize,
like Maize
Toppers.
Like, get creative, you know.
Corn
Maize.
Maize.
Damn it, you said corn and now we're all stuck on corn.
Corn.
Maze munchers.
Maze diggers.
Oh, I like the maze digger.
Maze
Maze mercenaries.
The
Ooh.
Maze mercenaries.
Mercenaries of Maize.
Or
Double M's. M&M.
You could be the Maze. Munch. Wait, what was it? Munner? What was the M? What did we have the M for?
Maze.
Mazes of... Maze of... Something of Maize.
Massachusetts.
Crazy maze. Crazy mazies.
Maze mercenaries. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Maze mercenaries. Maze.
While we're having this conversation, I'm just gonna roll my bedroll
This
out.
Is it
Conversation.
more? Is it like halfway through the next day? I'm
This
weak.
conversation
I'm
has
going way into
lasted
the
at
night.
least a week.
At least a week.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm like wake
Fast
on.
forward.
I think we're ready to go to bed. We'll catch this up
All right.
next night.
We're in a
you
right
know?
direction.
Yeah,
I think
Maize.
it's
We
great.
got Maize.
Maze something.
We're on our way. We're on our way.
Having had this argument for at least a week of throughout multiple channels, we're fast forwarding because it's probably about a week and a half into your travel.
Oh my god.
You guys have
Every
not
night we just
heard-
talk
Are you
about-
serious? Are we literally a week?
Montage.
So we
It's
have
gonna
like
be a
7
montage.
long rests, right?
Yeah, 7 long
Wait,
And
rests.
it's
hold
just
on.
us four.
Wait,
It's just you
so
four.
since he's not with us, I'm going to send him a paper bird.
Okay.
We're thinking about
Can the bird find me?
maze munchers.
The birds are incredibly good at finding you.
Okay.
This particular magic item has a unique property to it.
We can be the Maze of Ma.
Meh,
Maze of Meh.
maze.
Okay, but we have to move the booty. I'm like, okay.
We can be
Maze mamas.
What do these notes say?
mental. You would know
The
if you
first
fucking
one-
opened them.
The first one said that they were heading to Quideth.
Yes.
The second one
And it said
said
what road we were going to be on and what.
they were
direction.
heading to Quideth. Basically duplicates.
Right.
But
Well,
one
I'm-
of them,
I
one of them
said
was
it.
a warning,
The
like, hey,
second
we're gonna
one-
leave. The second one was more of like, we're leaving.
We're leaving and we're continuing on our journey.
What's the third one say?
I sent him one just
Oh.
now.
If it's been a week, I would like to have attempted to try and craft my own arrows at some point.
Okay.
What do I need to do?
You would have to have wood and feathers and arrowheads. So making the rods for the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have some sort of?
I would just pull it off of trees and stuff.
Okay.
And, like, I have a carpenter's kit.
For the most part, there are not a whole lot of trees around here. You see them sparse every now and then. It's kind of like that lonely tree off in the distance that's probably been struck by lightning 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's really very boring landscape. But I would say you probably are able to collect quite a few types of rock or shale or sediment or something
Yeah.
that is more of a speared head to it that you feel you could lash pretty effectively to. In fact, why don't you go ahead and make a survival check for me?
Survival or to find the pieces?
Mhm.
Okay.
Because this is like you're trying to create a tool in a kind of foreign environment.
Right.
And I would have liked to have collected some insects along the way.
Make a nature check for me.
Some herbs here and there that I saw. Just
21.
random shit.
Yeah, easy
But-
enough. You find, I would say you probably, I mean, through a week and a half, you could probably find a bajillion of them if you really wanted to.
Okay.
Some in the neighborhood of like 30 to 35
Okay.
good specimens.
Okay.
You sent your message?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular you wanted to tell him? Or is this like secret message?
No, it was just telling him where we were going.
Okay.
Since I
The
don't
one
know where
downfall of this item that you
Oh, I rolled a
know
15.
how to manage is that you never get a response back. And that's a little frustrating, but you're confident that they're getting there. And that's
Yeah.
You think he's ghosting you?
I hope not. I'd be very upset.
There are people coming back towards your direction. There's a point where the road forks and you know to take the road north from here. The road south, for some of you, is actually a pretty known direction that would lead to the mouth of what would be the croissant shape of Ethway.
Ethway,
Ethway.
Ethway.
I have
Hard
to say it
E.
like 6 different ways.
Ethway.
Ethway.
Hard E.
The center C kind of meets with the outer C at that point, and right at the tip of that
Just
connection,
the mushroom
just the
tip.
Just the tip.
just the cap,
Yeah.
Call it cap.
is
Now
City
I know.
Gatling. So this road would take you to City Gatling. You guys choose the northern road. As you start traveling north, the temperature drops. You're probably about midway through the bulk of the continent the area that you're on right now. It's probably another week or so to the location that Joanne had mentioned to you. That said, it's a place that none of you have been and have never seen on a map, and frankly never really heard of.
Is it possible for me to like practice the creatures that I'm not practice becoming a war forage, so that I'd be more proficient at
Like
changing to that?
a performance? Or general
Yeah, because I'm just like
performance?
practicing
Yeah.
like a Goliath and stuff like that because I
Yeah.
want to be able to do it
Go for
easier.
it.
How many arrows could I attempt to forge during this, 2.5 week?
Yeah, so I would say by the time you guys get to the last week, it's definitely, the landscape is changing. It's, you know, you're traveling uphill a lot. There are more mountainous peaks, but you're not in like a mountain range. It's just
Okay.
like the land is getting more extreme. Temperature drops. It's not quite as warm as it was, but it's not cold enough to cause alarm for any of you.
Have I attuned to my ring?
I would say at this point, yeah. You
17 by the way.
you start seeing more trees, and there's definitely bigger peaks and lower valleys. The low valleys have very massive trees in them. There are some fruit trees, which is nice. You
Dragon's
guys
fruit?
are able to replenish some of your stock. There's
Cool.
wildlife and game that you can hunt and fish. It wouldn't be probably until the end of the week that you were able to collect enough suitable
Wood.
fixings. Yeah. And even then, some of those, make another survival check for me.
I'll gladly collect sticks if I see them, you know, as I'm
Okay.
walking for him.
Make it with advantage.
Okay, first one was 18 plus my. You said survival.
Beautiful birds.
25.
So beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, good enough. You're able to discern which ones are probably not the best. And the curing process for these sticks is a little odd, but with your carpentry kit and, you know, your
I can pull out one of my
experience
arrows and
your-
kind of look at it.
Yeah, and compare them, and you're able to find some resins and some ways to kind of rehydrate some of these to make them more flexible and giving enough to be shot from your arrows. Or from your bow. I would say you probably are able to make 20 by
Okay.
the time you get there.
And I just pulled a bunch of arrows out of my
There
arms.
are bald spots on your forearms from the failed attempts and from
Aw.
but there's definitely this like raw, purpley skin underneath. It's incredibly dark, naturally, but with the irritation, it definitely has a swollen appearance to it.
I got 17.
And what are you looking for?
All I'm doing is just practicing,
Okay.
make myself a Goliath and a Warforged so that I can
Yeah.
utilize that
Easy enough.
face.
Easy enough.
I got a 15 on my insect roll.
Insect.
Looking for insects to just
Yeah.
collect along.
There
And I also
are-
like to read the books that I had. But
You're getting towards the end of your collection of vials.
yeah,
You're pretty much getting stacked at this point.
yeah.
But I'd say you're easily enough able to collect about 30 different insects.
Oh yeah,
Some
then
of
I'm
them
at
are
the end of
duplicates.
mine.
but
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly beetles. It's pretty much all I'm looking for.
Yeah. So I mean, you're getting duplicates of some,
Yeah.
but
A lot of weevils and things of that nature.
strange small wormies, grubs, slimy.
Yes, satisfying.
Thank you. Anything else you guys want to do?
That's pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as that goes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
As you come towards what would be the end of your travel, having followed the directions that you'd received from Julian, your path has taken you off of known roads, and you are now kind of fording through unmarked territories. This is probably the farthest north you've been on this side of the mountains for each of you. The mountain range definitely has a northwestern stripe to it. Your path has taken you probably closer to the western coast than you three have ever traveled. You two pretty familiar with the western coast.
So we're in coastal terrain
It's
now?
not quite coastal. You're just getting into that neighborhood. It's like getting onto the outside edge of California.
Okay.
Inside edge of California. Anyways, the landscape has plateaued at this point, and you are in more of a deeper forest. From what you can see, these large white trees have created this almost farm-like effect where it seems like they're spaced extremely evenly, north to south, east to west. They don't get much closer than where they're at right now. They're all very tall, and looking at them, they're very old trees. The canopy has created this lush overgrowing that lets some bits of light in, enough for even some small trees that aren't this type to thrive. There's a pear tree that you pass by as you're walking in and grabbing some of the fruit. I'd say, Guadalupe, you probably are most likely to grab something and start eating it. You're munching on it, and you hear this.
I throw up clairvoyancy.
Yeah. Well,
Look, it's easy enough. Looking around from one of the trees, you see this massive orange-skinned creature. It's about 15 feet, 20 feet tall. It has these large hook-like tusks protruding from its
describing this to
bottom jaw. everyone can see it.
Oh!
Yeah,
So
it's,
then
it's
you
have
like
it here? So I don't
staring
need
at
to-
you.
Oh! I don't
And
need
this
to do
singular
clairvoyancy then.
massive eye in its head is focused right on you, and it gives you kind of this.
Hi!
hey, brother, what's happening?
What's this?
What?
Hold on.
Hold on.
I cast.
Quideth.
Quideth?
Quideth.
We are on our way there.
Yeah, on our way. That direction?
Soon.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Comprehend languages.
And as the language is spilling out of his mouth, you realize that he's speaking giant. And he's like, shoot me in the hand before you go. Shoot, would you
Is
shoot?
she the only one that understands it?
I'm
You're the
gonna
only
say
one.
it back. Why?
Oh.
Are you into it?
No.
Are you into it?
I have. If they.
It's okay.
I'm supposed to protect the forest.
Oh.
And
If I don't have any wounds, then it looks weird.
What does this guy want?
Bring down your hand to us.
What?
And he
He
drops
wants
his
us
hand down.
to make a wound on him so we can have some battle, stories about it. So can you cut his hand?
Why?
And I'm just gonna like pull out my sickle out of my the little tiny sword I have. I'm gonna pull it off my back and just kind of like
Here we go.
look at him like you want. I'm just gonna give him a very light cut, about a foot long.
He says harder, more. You
On
gotta do
his-
more.
Do
Do it
you
more.
want a stabby stab? All right, I'm just gonna take it down and stab everything and lift up.
Good?
Oh, and you see he kind of like pulls the sword out like. Oh.
And I'm gonna just give him. I'm gonna give him some beetles to eat. Just no, you don't want those. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll help.
How close is
okay.
Quideth?
It's right over there.
That was the weirdest shit that's ever happened to me.
Maybe a mile and a half that way. Oh!
Okay. My name's Luca.
My name's Fan with a PH.
Have a good day.
Bye.
And you see he kind of like turns and
Good
starts
job.
waddling
Yeah,
off
I
the
guess. What
the
the
loincloth
fuck does that
that he's wearing. It
Oh, please.
it is only covering one butt cheek, and you can it is kind of a mess back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bam, bam, bam.
It is
Pendulum.
multiple C's.
Cool.
Do
You
we
Yeah.
said
not?
Quideth is that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we still not know where Konak and Nabutash is?
Guanaco's gonna grab Luca's hand and look at you and say, "Don't understand."
He wanted us to hurt him because if he went back without any battle wounds, because he's supposed to be the protector of the forest, then it would be weird if he didn't have any battle wounds.
What if there's nothing to protect? That's a weird.
I just pull out my book and I write, "Why did he just let us pass freely, though? I don't understand. Should
Not
we
a
be
threat.
concerned?"
I'm not
Maybe
worried.
we're not hurting. I mean, we're not hurting the forest. He's protecting the forest, so we're not doing anything.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
The gently waving floor of this forest creates this very interesting, unique ripple effect. But you start to notice there is what looks to be a pattern of water that has flown a certain direction. The small riverbeds that have been created between these trees are dry. And the canopy is so full that you really
Can't tell what time of day it is.
you don't really know what time of day it is, but it's not dark by any means. You walk for about another mile, and you see, as you crest a small hill, about 500 feet away from you, there is a boulder, massive boulder. It's got to be at least 30 feet wide. It's about 12 feet tall, and lying on top of it is a exceptionally beautiful Asimir. Her wings are unfolded and like splayed out. There is a clearing in this tree branchage that has poured light into this area. So this is the only area that sees direct sunlight at this point. She is wearing a very modest set of clothing. She's basically, it's effectively a micro bikini.
Yeah.
And you see she's just laying with her hands folded behind her head and doesn't seem to have anything else with her.
You want to say, excuse me, ma'am?
You see she kind of picks her head up. Hello.
Hi.
Hey, are we close
guys are-
to?
So you're like shouting right now.
I'm just. We'll walk. We'll walk up.
So as you approach, oh, ooh, you've never been to Quideth before, have you?
I was just gonna ask you where Quideth
Okay.
was.
Shit. You're not supposed to bring weapons here. You should probably. And you see she starts looking around. This bush right here. You should really put those away. There's a lot more people here than there are you, and even with those, I wouldn't. I'm just saying. When you hear from about a couple, you specifically hear it from about. It's a distance away. You can hear
Yeah.
footsteps, and you see she turns her head. You don't have much time.
Is this boulder heavy? Can we look at the boulder?
Let's just put our shit in this bush real quick and just see
Alright.
what happens.
Yeah.
Everything's in the bush. I'm gonna keep my staff on me. It's not a weapon. It's just
I'm
a.
gonna keep my
Walking
whip
stick?
and say
It's a walking stick.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but I mean, if it's your lives, like, I mean, there's,
Fine. I'll put it in the
I'm
bush.
not,
Yeah.
It's-
My weapons are in the bush.
Can we do an
So this
insight check
random
on her?
person's gonna
Then
know
make an
where
insight check.
everyone's putting all their shit?
We're not leaving this bush.
I mean, we're not gonna leave them here, but just because there's people coming, you know, just
Oh,
put it in the
okay.
fucking bush.
Yeah.
13.
she seems very nervous.
Does she seem to be sincere?
Sincere in the fact that she wants you to put the weapons in the bush. So you guys lay all your weapons down, and as soon as you put your whip in, her nervous demeanor.
God damn it, motherfucking ass shit balls!
We are outlaws. And she whistles, and you see from up in the trees there are.
Oh man, I'm gonna take
Thunder
my
wave!
I need you guys to all go ahead and roll initiative.
Fucking thunder motherfucking wave.
Mike, you too?
Nat 20, but it's
Oh,
initiative.
is it time for? It is. Okay, so what we will do is we are going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to drain the bladders because everybody has to
Didn't
use
your
their
guys'
Bleed the
Oh,
main
say
vein.
she was
Bleed
sincere.
the
We
main
shouldn't
vein.
have done it.
We'll be
Did
back
you
in
guys-
about
I saw
10
my
minutes.
staff in my
Enjoy the video from
I
Baby
made
Pink
that
Cactus. Give us
Did
10
your
minutes
guys'
and we
bows
will
go off?
we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Just at all.
At one point in her life, she had 11 toes. Then she ate one. Her name is Christy. She'll be painting art.
one.
Nope.
And we're back. Thanks for waiting. Everybody's got new beverages. Everyone has empty bladders. You should too.
Why are you looking at you?
And
I was
some
No,
thinking-
I was looking at the camera.
Oh.
Sorry. It's just like camera. Zoe, camera, Zoe, camera, Zoe, camera, Zoe. There's not much difference.
I still watch you.
Zoe is cat.
I watch you.
I'm recording. I'm recording everything in my
Yeah.
mind.
Just like pigeons.
Yeah, they're weird.
Pigeons.
Anyways.
Yeah, pigeons are just government cameras.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't know
yeah. I
that?
saw that movie.
You didn't know
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and then there's like the whole thing about like cats can do spying now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. No.
Since like the 70s.
We'll
cats
stop
can
it. We'll
spy on
stop
you.
at pigeons.
Did you know?
No,
Did you
no.
know?
Back to the story.
Back to the story. You guys had traveled from Goodfellow,
Yeah.
Goodwill.
northwest.
Or Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Depending on how
Yeah,
you
no, I
autocorrect it.
saw that, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay. So you're going up west by northwest. You met an ogre or a cyclops that
speaks giant.
That
only
speaks
speaks giant, and it wanted you to stab it. And then you met a super smoking hot babe of a Asimir.
I mean, we met a bitch.
And she seems to have
She
She can
Killer.
do two things.
tricked you into putting down your weapons. You're not far. You're all about 20 feet away. But it needs you to roll initiative.
What do you mean we're 20 feet away from our
Well, it
stuff?
would have been like, put your shit over there, come back here. Okay.
Oh, hell no.
Ha.
We agreed to
No, we
that.
said that we were going to stand right next to that bush.
Yeah, right next
Fuck
to
no.
that.
I'm
You're
not
10 feet
fucking
away.
with that bush.
We'll be,
You
we'll
just
be right
have
now,
it.
10 feet.
I'm not moving away from my shit.
Yeah.
Luca, initiative.
That is the longest roll of my life. 17, 18. I have advantage.
Because
19. Because my whip.
which you're not holding.
Oh, fuck! If I'm okay. Well, it was 17, so the first
Cool.
one was 17.
17.
18.
Look
Do we
at that,
need
18.
to set this up? Oh, you're not.
5.
No,
Big
sorry.
ol' 5.
Big old fat 5.
Not 20 plus a 7. So
Holy
7.
shit.
Doesn't
21.
matter.
Okay.
I rolled a 17. I have a plus 2, so
All
it's
right.
19.
So you watch as 19?
Yeah, it's 19.
Yeah.
I thought you put pepper on it.
No.
You watch as you guys are all standing there, and she's like, "We're outlaws," and you see she summons a weapon into her hand. This golden aura starts to form in the palm of her hand, and a massive warhammer is now being held in both of her fists, and she just smiles at you. So sorry, and it's your turn.
Okay, so we're 10 feet away from the bush.
About 10 feet away from the bush.
How close is the nearest enemy to me? Do I have a couple feet? Do I have some distance from them?
The bodies that are repelling, you can see there is a very wizened old man with a staff repelling. It's pretty impressive, honestly, looking at like his figure. He's like repelling out of the tree, falling straight towards the earth, but with like a skillful look. There's a dwarf, there's an elf, there's a lot of elves. There's actually surprising, like the majority of these people are elves.
Okay.
And everybody hits the ground at the same time. They're about, I would say, 30 feet away from you. Let's go ahead and
So
put some stuff down on the
let
map.
me see what's going on so I can figure out what I want to do.
Oh, God.
Where are your minis at?
Where the minis at?
There, we didn't take the half time to fucking.
Yeah, no, I decided to drink and have fun.
Do you
And,
need help or?
I need
I'll
help
too.
finding bodies.
Okay.
That's the only thing I need.
Yeah,
Do you
good
want
thing I'll
some
help.
nature or is it like?
Yeah, let's just nature. Well, let's just do it. Come on.
Remember when we had a nice map?
Hey, man.
I feel like you're taking this really personally.
I'm taking it very personally. I was told to buy gigantic maps, and now
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
too
no.
big.
Fucking junk in the trunk over here. That's not you, though, is it?
No, that's not me. I have a bigger jump in the trunk. She's in there. She
Uh,
with
She got the
Odette.
nice butt.
She got that nice butt.
And she's
Here.
metal.
I'll let you take that one. So we got you, we got you.
You can place me wherever we are. I don't. Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper quietly into the
microphone.
Here's me.
Are those radishes?
Yeah.
You're straight eating up raw radishes. Raw radishes. That's so random.
Oh, there I am.
Alright.
What do you need, ladies?
You would be here,
And then we just need, I would say,
Did it?
6 enemies. One of them needs to be a banging bitch.
A banging bitch.
Banging bitch. Hey, we just knocked the camera. That's okay. Nobody needs it.
I have my Kavira Asimar if you want to use her, but she's not naked.
No, we need I need somebody that's like practically naked. We don't have anything like that because Dungeons
Yeah, we
and
do.
Dragons is a wholesome game.
Ah, lies.
How much do you need? Ooh, someone's sniffing my leg.
No, that was me, sorry.
And we need a bush.
What's up, Leona?
Do you need more characters?
Let's say this is a bush.
I gave
Right
you
here.
that little thing right there, but
Oh, yeah,
The bush is not on camera.
Look how beautiful this is. Do we need this?
This one?
Yeah.
Got him.
There we go. Wait, is it?
you use it as a background
Yeah,
prop.
yeah, put it over there.
Is that new?
Can
No,
I
I've had
get
this for a little while.
2 more, please?
Two
Those
more.
Mike just hasn't used
Up,
it.
up.
There's one.
There's actually.
Ooh, that was
That
was
looks like
scary.
something. Look, she's even got like wings, even though they're just things.
You're just things.
And this one here. Pew! Pew! Great. So you guys, being surrounded suddenly by these people, you watch as the
Oh,
Asimir
that's much better.
kind of chuckles to herself. And see she takes a running leap. What do you want to do?
So that's the bush right there.
That is the bush. 'Cause
How?
we're deep in the bush.
5.
I'm a hedge hunter.
Can I use dash?
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so I have dread
You're not a rogue. You're
I'm a ranger.
Ranger. It would
So-
be your action to use dash.
Right. So I have dread ambusher, which is only good on my first turn. It gives me plus 10. Would that double it to plus 20 on my normal, or how would there just be plus 10 on my dash?
So in order to dread ambusher, it gives you a plus 10 to your speed.
So I'm 30 speed normally, so
Okay.
normally it'd be 40 if I'm not dashing.
Well, I mean, you could make it there in just the dash action.
But I want to come back.
Oh,
Because I can
I
make
see.
it, yeah, I don't want to
You
be
want
over
to make
there.
it there,
And come
free
back
action
to my
grab
group.
something, and then come back.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. No problem. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
7.
Okay.
Matthew, are you filming us?
Yes,
Got
I'm
it.
filming you. Yes.
So, you go running over, you grab into the bush, staring at everybody, you rip shit out, and you come back, and you are holding the whip of warning. And you're just like, huh! And, you can say or you can keep running. Your choice. I would say at this point, like in the hurry of it, I don't know. Do you want to stay there, or you want to...
If I went and came back, that would actually be like the extent of the dash.
That would be the extent of the dash.
Yeah,
There
if I
we go.
came back to my original position. So I'm just going to kind of hand your whip over to you, because I don't know what to do with them.
So
So.
you get a, toss out, but that'll be in just a moment. Anything else you want to do?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay. Next is going to be the wizened old man. He kind of hitting the ground and lets go of the rope. You see him stand up. For an old dude, he is like super jacked and like has really great posture. And he attacks.
And he attacks!
You know.
Yeah, no, he pulls out a bow and like lines it up, and you see as he lets go, there's this distinction. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me.
What's happening?
Which one is this on the table, by the way?
Will you
Point at the table and tell me which one this is?
That
I'm gonna
guy
make-
right there with the orange flames.
Closest to
20.
me.
Okay.
26.
What is the roll?
It's a perception check.
Okay.
16.
23.
No,
7. Oh.
You don't notice it. You're facing the wrong way. That's probably the reason why. As he lets go of the arrow, it's very confusing to the eye because you see in his hand there's an arrow, but what comes next is this gray spiraling ball of force that impacts you in the chest and does how much damage?
Oh my god, you guys are not doing very well with this.
You're shooting me with this?
1d10 plus 4.
Oh god.
Get it?
Old man.
10.
10 points of
You
damage.
son of a-
The ball of force impacts squarely into your chest, and it hits like a train. You've seen this before, though. And
Yeah.
you recognize that color.
That's what you get for talking shit.
Okay,
You're here for the old
okay.
man.
Jesus.
Next is going to be Luca.
Odette dropped her weapon, right?
Odette, yeah, kind of dropped her weapon in the bush.
Right.
I don't need
You don't need it. I'm gonna go ahead and do. Where'd it go? Seeing the guy there looking suspicious,
Oddly familiar.
oddly familiar, I'm going to go ahead. Spell.
Technically, I get 2 bolts.
Oh, go ahead and roll for the second one then.
Can I forego that and make a proclamation?
Sure.
What the?
Adeletta, hold on a second, dear. We should let these people go.
We'll wait till our turn.
Is someone's phone going off? I feel a
Mine.
vibration. Okay.
Mine is going on.
You said we should let the people go?
An old man shouted,
After you
Hold
just
on,
shot
dear.
me, motherfucker.
"We should let these people go."
You had it coming.
I'm going to go ahead and hold my action.
Okay.
If the Asmir starts moving, I'll take my action then.
Okay. What do you want your action to be?
Oh,
Are you
so
gonna attack her if she comes within range, or?
yeah. So if she does anything, or like if she looks like she's about to attack, I'm gonna go ahead and do. I'm gonna hold my vicious mockery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is going to be Odette.
I'm going to turn around
Okay.
and face this person.
Which one?
This one.
Okay.
Red,
Red
cape.
cape.
Red cape guy.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Bugbear
the
guy?
ogre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hold my action with my hooves.
Okay. As you take this moment to steady yourself, you spread the getting into like a very athletic, which is weird for a deer, but a very athletic pose, and you
Deer.
kind of have
She's a
your.
horse baby.
She's like the size of.
Yeah, but she's kind of like a mini horse.
Yeah, it's
not quite a mini
You're not
horse, but
quite a big.
She's a stallion,
Little
baby.
Sebastian.
Small.
Yeah.
Little Sebastian.
A big
Little
horse,
Sebastian
like
with
a
little
regular,
bigger.
like an Arabian horse would be like, ooh, like maybe that's a little outside your realm for copulating.
Being a horse.
As you ready yourself, you see in your peripherals, the Asimir takes a running leap, jumps off the ground, and as she impacts, superhero landing, she comes
Yeah.
back
Bad
up
for your knees.
with the
Bad for your knees.
golden, glistening weapon in her hand, and she goes, and you hear, maybe, and she kind of stops for a second. Listen, Jeremiah, if you're going to be part of this group, you need to be part of this group.
This is just a personal favor. Let's let these ones go.
We
Please.
did this every time we would.
I'm not saying every time, just these ones, please.
Are you gonna?
My back is so tired today. I
I
don't
ju-
feel like fighting. Please, can
If
you
you
just-
want to fight, we'll kill you all.
That's very cute. We have like so many people up there. It is. You're adorable, darling.
Just please, just
Excellent.
one favor, please. Just this one group. Let them go. Trust me, they have nothing.
And you just see she starts walking off. The other people around you are just kind of like with like swords out. Some of them have sides. They are scarred. Everybody around you is heavily scarred. The majority of them just kind of looking around like,
I immediately go to the bush and start grabbing her shit.
and they just kind of start strolling off. Do all of them stroll off?
I will wait till they're out of eyesight,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will drop disguise self. And hello there.
I
What the?
am going to turn myself into a warforge, walk up to Nabuntosh, and slap him across the face.
It actually, I don't think it adopts like any of the characteristics of the Warforged. It's still
Right,
your strength modifier.
just I'm doing,
You just want to be big when you do it.
Yeah, I want to be big with a big paw.
Go ahead and make.
I want to pick up my bow while she's doing that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna help
Make a
her
strength check.
by also cracking my staff right against him and be like, "What the fuck did you hit me for? You couldn't have just said stop. You had to hit me too." Is
I
that
heard
like-
what you said the
Was
other
that just
day,
for fucking
you
like?
asshole.
7.
No, I didn't deserve that.
As
I don't
you
know what you're
swing
talking
towards
about.
him, he just kind of in the last second just and right past his face.
Well, it's been like 2.5 weeks.
You're an elephant. Your memory is supposed to be amazing. Where have you been?
I'll lie
I
about
told them
it.
Who
to
are
forget,
these
but they
people?
can't.
Look, okay. I've been on my own for a little while. They found me, and I'm not above a little law breaking. So I joined
You've
them.
only been gone for 2.5
Why
weeks.
did you leave?
And
I didn't feel wanted, needed. I didn't feel necessary.
You didn't come with us to the bar.
Whoa!
My anger has raged.
Just as
And my
fire
ancestors.
and brimstone explode because you didn't go get drinks with them. And watch half the forest burn down immediately. Just kidding.
Well, I did happen to hear what the fans said over there, and nobody seemed to refute it. Nobody seems to ever want little Naboontosh around. And I felt bad for what I did to Guanapo, and I decided that it would be better off for all of us if I just went my separate way.
Are you gonna go with them?
I don't.
yeah, I mean,
Are you a knob slob or not?
well,
what are
I
you
think our
talking
new name
about?
is gonna be like either like the Mercs of Maize or Maize Mercs. Which one do you like?
Is
Who
that?
did that? Who was that?
I
that
don't know.
Suggestion from?
Tales of something. I
Well,
got
we
it.
have to. Tales of
Octavia.
Octavian. Wait.
Tales of
Octavia?
Hit us up with
Thanks for the
that.
shout out.
Tales of
Octavia.
Octavia.
Tales of Octavia. Go check
He
them
had
out.
it
They're
right. He
stream
had it
too.
right.
When you say maize, do you
They're
mean
podcast.
like corn?
Yeah, I mean no,
Corn.
no, with a Z. I
Corn.
mean, yes, corn. No, with a Z though.
Well,
It's like and
corn maize is spelled with a Z.
I don't know that.
It is.
Well, yes, corn.
Okay, I do have to say that I love that.
okay.
That's perfect. It's much.
Yeah.
I heard people calling us the banshees.
Yeah, and I thought it was stupid.
When did we
too.
fight a banshee?
That's
Did
what
we
I
fight
said.
a banshee?
Nope.
I don't hear anyone else come up with creative names.
I thought that was stupid too. Don't worry.
Did you come up with that? I heard the townsfolk just
Don't be
randomly.
rude to my baby.
I'm not trying to be rude.
Oh,
I'm gonna
my
stomp
God.
off and go and sit on Odette's back and face a different direction.
Look, none of this changes the fact that if I wasn't here, they would have attacked you with or without me. I actually saved your butts.
I mean, we would have killed
And you were an asshole. You deserve that.
I mean, I was about to kill you with 2 bears, rip you apart.
But you
Fan,
didn't.
what did you even say?
What?
Why is he so pissed at you? What did you say?
I just didn't. He's just weird. I thought he was a little useless. I don't know.
Monaco reaches into his bag and finds the art print that Stanley restored and tries to hand it to you again.
I didn't mean to be rude, but he keeps ripping up my friend's art here.
Let me guess. Roll a d20. Pick one.
And he has not really been the nicest towards Guanapo.
Oh,
So
gosh.
he's useful. He just seems to
You're
have a
putting a lot
little
of
bit of
pressure
an
on him. Pick
issue.
A lot of pressure on him.
I don't have good luck.
Every time he's been handed a piece of paper, he tears it up.
If he does.
Just straight 20? 18.
You hand it to him with this nervousness. It's like, and you watch him in the same nervousness, like, he takes it.
It's a picture of the
Yeah, are you
Make the
okay,
Baby on the
man?
Swing from the rival.
I will treasure this. Sorry.
Oh God, I can't.
Here he goes, being all weird again.
I'm not being...
You're a little weird, dude,
Guanapo
but we
just kinda pats his
appreciate
back.
you.
Thank you.
Says-
This just means a lot to me. I'll cherish this.
Friends.
Yes.
What a
I
weirdo built
Friends.
an orphanage by
He's
himself
good-
with
good
his bare
man.
would like to
hands.
consider you
What did
friends.
he
I just
do?
didn't feel very welcome.
And if you want to
joined
be
me in the
criminals,
bedroom
we
and-
could do criminals.
First off, there is an introduction period. There is a period
Yes,
where
it's
we
an
test out for 90 days
introduction. I
to see
told
if
you
you want
my
to stay with
name.
the company.
Look, I don't mean to be like weird about this, but Have you noticed that the people that aren't on this side of the table are a little rude?
That's
Who aren't?
very
What
true.
table?
I mean, what table?
Well, I
those
mean, you
people.
did insult me.
Yeah.
Audibly.
Yeah.
Audibly.
Yeah.
Wanapo
know
loves
what
you. I gotta
Right.
just suck it up. You're a good dude. You're just weird.
I do have a few.
Weird, 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 weird.
That's
Well,
true.
true.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not wrong. I am rather weird, and I'm aware of that. I
The guy who was
It could
coming
be
up
misfit toys.
Welcome to the club.
We're all weird.
have a
Misfit
certain level
Maize.
of baggage.
Yeah.
is the guy who was coming towards us, is he still coming towards us? The Ashmere was like, oh, you must hurry. The person's gonna come. You gotta hide your shit.
That
Are they
was-
still coming?
That would be us.
That was one of these
That would be
people
us.
who
That was fake.
Oh,
attempted
gosh.
to kill us.
Oh, that was one of the people who attempted to kill us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Noted.
Anywho, are we getting our shit together?
Yeah,
We're gonna
let's,
fucking make our way on to Quideth.
Quideth.
To Quideth.
You would know at this point that
Let's go
Quideth
to
is up.
Quideth.
Quindeth is actually in the trees.
I'm sorry, what?
It's up,
Oh hell yeah! This is my kind of
It's a
place.
city
Then.
that
I
Let's
looked
get
up.
it.
elevated into the trees.
You see nothing but canopy. There are no rope bridges, nothing like that.
I feel
I'm gonna
lied
turn
to.
into a squirrel and just climb the nearest tree.
You climb up as fast as you can, and as you breach through the canopy, there's bugs that are bashing into you, and large spiders. This is a very humid, oxygenated place. There are large spiders here. As you break through the top of the canopy, you see sprawling out across the entire tops of these trees, built carefully and intricately so that their lowermost supports look like the topmost branches of the trees, is this open,
I can't.
beautiful city that is beautiful to you, beautiful to your kind of people.
Yeah.
It is dirty.
Yeah.
It is very leaning to.
Yeah.
There are rope bridges that run across the top that are held
man.
tight. There are very rough and tumble people. And in this moment, you have this like swelling as the sun is like starting to hit, you know, that noon orange auburn phase.
Yeah.
The twilight. You have this moment of like, I fucking love Quideth.
Yeah.
How long have I been here for?
You've been here for about 3 days,
Okay.
and
I'm gonna retake the form of the old man.
Yep.
I'll do this for now. I'll use my regular voice. I'll do this for now. Just this is how they know me, so just go with it, okay?
Are you gonna
Concern.
talk like an old man, or are you gonna?
Yes,
You're gonna do an old man thing, or are you gonna?
I don't know what the hell you're doing, but yes, I'll do
That's
an
my
old
old
man
man
voice.
accent.
That's terrible.
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, that's what they know me as.
Okay, Jeremiah.
I don't. Jeremiah.
Man, Wanapo, Jeremiah.
Have you ever
these are all
seen
good
a
country
big
names.
ass horse in a tree?
I don't
Yeah, what kind of people are
think
here?
I've seen a big ass
What kind of people are here?
What kind of
Well, actually,
support
I guess
system?
I'm up in a tree as a squirrel right now. Never mind.
What does the support system look like?
Well, it's a pretty sturdily built town. That's true. It's not bad. If you can get her up there, I think you should be fine.
Guanapo goes through his pack and pulls out a block and tackle and was like,
A block and tackle?
it's like something that you can use to hoist up to 4 times the weight you can normally lift. So if we give it to him, I don't know if he can lift her
I'm
up
still
there.
up in a tree.
I can wait down here and see.
I'll stay with
You
him.
guys can.
What is
Go
the
back down and tell me all
closest
the
thing I
hubbub.
see to me?
there is what appears to be some sort of it's got like a round back to it, and like a straw or like a thatched roof. It has an open face and a small bar that kind of like curves around. It's probably only about 10 feet wide. It's a very simple hut. It's probably near. It's
What-
about 5 feet that way.
What types of people am I seeing around here?
As you look around, you see people that are in heavy leathers, and
Okay.
a ton of people.
Imagine her
Who-
being hoist up your legs.
Right?
Some of them missing limbs. Some of them have serious deformities. A lot of them are Elvish by descent, and there's a hodgepodge. It's not quite as diverse as I would say Goodfellow was.
Yeah.
But there are folks here and there.
I'd like to just kind of turn into fan, kind of right outside that.
Woo!
Okay. So you appear.
Yeah.
Standing behind the bar is a small gnome. He has his eye is missing, and it is like just a socket on the other side. Doesn't bother to wear a patch.
Probably should.
How can I help you?
Hey there, brother.
Be magical.
I guess, maybe a little bit. I assume most people here are.
No.
Oh. Maybe not then. What kind of beer do you guys got?
Oh, well, if you're looking for a drink, it's over there.
Oh.
So we bad house.
How high up
Oh,
are
okay.
And you look as you kind of like look behind him. There's a tub. Very dirty water.
they?
Okay. Well, thank you, man. Enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab
What's your name?
a beer. Who are you?
I'm
What's your mother's name?
What's your mom's name?
Bitter.
Bitter?
My name's Frank. PH. Frank.
Do you bed her often?
Oh, are you up there now?
Are you coming up?
Yeah, I thought.
How high up are they?
You watched him run up. It's about 50 feet to the top of the trees.
Go on, I was gonna try and climb the tree.
Go ahead and make a athletics check for me. Acrobatics. Athletics.
I'm going to use
Athletics.
the much more traditional way to get up, which is something I would know.
Yes. As you leave the immediate vicinity, about
14.
60 feet away from you, there is a rope tied around a kick pedal, and you grab onto it, kick it, and it just shoots you up into the
Yeah.
trees.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
I like that.
Did I do that after or before? 14.
14. You're about halfway up the tree when you watch, about 30 feet away from you, you watch as Jeremiah goes whizzing past you holding onto a rope.
Next time, I'd recommend the elevator.
I look up at him and I go, what? It was your fault for not telling me.
You kind of come landing onto a small platform, and you like lay the rope down and know that at some point in time there's a person here called the Gong Farmer who has to go back and reset those, and also pick up the shit. But
Gong.
Gong farmer.
Nice.
yeah, the rest of you are standing on the ground. You're about halfway up the tree. You're making your way to a bar.
Yeah. The one he pointed to me, at least, whatever that was, to grab a beer.
It's another circular hut. You have to walk across this rope bridge that has wood planks across it, and stepping on it, you have this moment of like, ooh, buddy.
Yeah.
Long way down.
Yeah, the butt cheeks are puckering on that one. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
tiptoe your way across, and as the ropes become more and more and more tight, you can see them pushing into the canopy.
Oh, God, just really clenching.
That
There
balloon
are
nut
birds.
is hot.
We got white knuckles.
Yeah,
White
you
knuckles.
can see as you're like holding onto it with dear life, like you look over and you can see the beautiful mountain range, and like
Yeah.
in any other situation, you'd be totally happy to sit and stare at it. But right now, you're about to fall 60 feet to the earth, and you just make a
Oh gosh.
make a Constitution.
Oh,
Save for me.
Jesus. Good thing that's insanely high until you roll in that one.
You freeze up about halfway through.
Yeah.
You lose the
Oh my
motivation and will to go through.
Can I turn into a squirrel again?
Squirrel.
And I'd like to just like grab onto it and try to climb up real quick.
Well, no, you didn't fall. You just like lose the motivation to keep walking.
Oh,
You
okay.
freeze up, and you turning into the
yeah.
squirrel, run across the rest
Panic
of the road.
squirrel.
Wouldn't the bridge kind of like?
Yeah, and it goes, and you're like trying to hold on to it. As
Yeah. Yeah, that's now going to be my panic animal.
Squirrel.
Squirrel!
You make it to the other side just in time for Naboontosh to watch you transform back into your elephantine
Yeah.
self. There are some people that
That
are
was
staring at you
hilarious. Oh.
with like weird eyes. Like, the fuck was that?
Yeah.
You would know that almost everyone here, except for the 6 people that you worked with, non-magical.
I'd like to walk up to the bar and in Druidic say, hello.
The Triton that is standing behind, you can see he has these massive scars that run up the front of his body. across his neck, across his ears.
Yeah.
He just kind of like looks at you with like, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, in common. Sorry about that. I thought different language. Sorry. Hi. Can I get a beer? You guys have any kind of specialty or? Oh man, this is getting real weird. You have a good day, sir, and I'm gonna turn around and walk away.
I love how the elephant is a scout in all this. Big ass.
I'm just sitting back laughing my ass
shit.
off.
Shit, man.
I'm just watching him
Knowing
squirm.
how this city works, like
Yeah.
it is just,
Have I made it up yet?
Ne'er-do-wells are my people by trade, anyways.
If
so
I had one
I'm
more
just
squirrel to turn
loving
into, I
all
I
would.
would say go ahead and make another athletics check. See how far you can make that.
I'm cheering her on.
Same
You
thing,
got
14.
it.
Okay.
him.
Him.
You
You got
make it
my
up to the
side.
top. As you come through the top,
Yeah.
you feel a hand grab onto your scruff and pull you up and pick you up by the nape of your neck. You are staring at what is the tallest halfling you've ever seen. It is like sharp pointed ears, very halfling, round, rotund face. It's got to be like 5-6 feet tall at this point. Like he's gigantic for
But just
halflings.
weird proportions.
What?
Yeah,
Dang.
just like this, like it's like a like
Normal person with elephantitis.
yeah, but like with weird, odd halfling features. And you see he's kind of staring at you.
Do I know who he is?
You do know who this is. This is a man named Cecilia.
Cecilio?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
man?
Cecilia, put my friend down right now, please.
Are you gonna have to talk with your friends? Tell them not to come sneaking up on us like this.
That is true.
Yes, I will handle them. Don't you worry. Please put him down.
You know what happens to all the people who come hunting us, right?
Yes, I'm aware, but they're not here to harm anyone. I promise.
No
Keep your
hunt.
friends in check.
Quiet, Birdman.
And you see he just kind of like turns and walks off. As you watch him walk away, you can see there is a mass of his leg. His calf is missing. It's like carved out, and there's just scar tissue that's left. And you see he kind of like limps gently as he walks away.
Now, I don't know if you two know this, but these people like their solidarity.
I don't know anything about this, and you need to do a
You
little
seem
more
like
explaining.
so outsiders that nobody's going to welcome you. So try and act like you belong a little bit
Oh,
here.
well, yeah, but you give me a little bit of fucking clue of what belongs.
You get whatever you deserve. I'm not worried about you. But
Oh
my friend
God
Guanapo here.
damn it. Well, tell Guanapo
he's
what
a
we
good
need
lad.
to do.
Guanapo, you don't talk
You surprise
much.
guest.
You'll be fine.
We do have surprise
Oh,
guest.
sorry.
It's called the Willow.
Willow the Wisp.
Willow the Wisp.
Everyone would do well here to act a little more like Guanapo.
We're down. We're not. We're on the ground.
Right, that's why I'm talking to them.
We made eye contact. I thought I could.
Sorry.
You could have told us that they didn't
Hey
like.
down there!
You could have really told
Act
us
like Guanapo!
that they didn't like magic or something, you know. That seems to be frowned upon here.
They don't
and
like people coming in with probing questions.
With magic, yeah. I got.
Not everybody likes probing
Can't
as
even
much as
get a
I
beer
do.
'cause I turned into a squirrel. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Did
Here
you
we
say
go.
squirrel? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Said I couldn't turn into a squirrel. Or I turned into one.
Instead of,
They didn't want to give
instead
me a
of
beer.
oh my
'cause
squirrel,
of-
it's squirrel my god.
Yeah, squirrel, my god. Well,
Would I know the leader of this
Come
town?
up here, please.
The de facto leader?
You
Yeah.
come down here.
Yeah, you would.
Who is?
alright,
is it-
well, give us like
There is
30.
there is a certain
gonna start braiding
organization
your
to this
hair.
town.
Her head
Like,
hair or her butt
looking
hair?
at it,
All of it. I'm
Tail
talking
hair.
about her tail. I'm
It's
talking
all
about
one
all-
mane.
all- Oh, there you go.
Right. And the bridges that connect them seem to be like
Too much
streets
coffee.
almost. There are some bridges that are thicker that take you into more deeper sections. Where you guys are standing is in the D4 region, and each of the trees is named a number followed by a
D4.
a letter followed by a number,
Okay.
and it's just a grid shape.
Okay.
And so the letters run north to south, and the numbers are east to west.
Easy enough.
The de facto leader is currently sitting in F3, inside of a cage.
Would I know why?
It has not been made abundantly clear to you, but every time you have moved past it or somebody references it, they call that man the mayor.
Okay. Does the town seem in lawlessness right now, even more so than normal?
Except no.
This is standard.
It's very standard.
So as I say, we know that they're a lawless town
Yes.
by trade.
Fill that thing up. Yeah.
I love it.
I would have carefully, in the time there, asked around about Lucas.
Okay.
Have
Lucas
found any leads?
has been gone for several days, but is expected to return. When you ask, you tend to get very negative responses. People do
He's
not.
you.
They're not fond
He went to the
of
Oh, he's going to the sink.
whoever the
He's going
fuck
to be the
Lucas
sink.
is. You haven't seen him,
Wait, what?
but
Oh no, he is.
he
He's going to be
does
the
not look
sink.
fondly in this neck of the woods.
Okay. Do I know why?
Make make an insight check for me.
Imagine we just hear a stream in the background.
Whoa, what's
We're
Right.
streaming
Well,
while
look what
he's
I-
streaming.
Just pick this up. That was awesome. She dexterity.
Side.
Good she knows.
21.
He's currently being blamed for a string of unfortunate events where
Pretty sure
some
that's
of the
copyrighted.
stream
Do we call him Lemony?
series.
Snicker?
He is being
Orangey
blamed
citrus.
for some of the townsfolk falling ill. He's apparently like the resident doctor healer kind of person. Not really a doctor, but as close as they have in this neck of the wood. And folks that have been treated by him some of them have fallen severely ill, some of them have died. And there have been actually 3 deaths and 5 individuals who have succumbed to some sort of illness after being treated by him.
Okay. Do I know the nature of this illness? Would it be possible to get down with this illness?
Get up. Maybe get down with this illness.
You have to all get up, then you have to get down with the illness.
Stupid.
Well, half our fucking table's gone. I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
I commend you.
Thank you.
Not pivotal.
Okay. The idea that you get is that it's severe, but nobody wants to talk about it.
It's not anything
It's
like
more-
what we saw in the forest, right?
No, not to that nature.
Okay.
You don't get the vibe, at least.
Alright.
That said, as Guanapo wanders off and just kind of starts finding different routes, what are you two doing?
Okay, so let me give you the layout. This city is really intelligently built. It works like a grid. There's numbers and there's letters. The numbers are north to south, and the letters are east to west, or is that reversed?
Letters are north to south.
Letters are
East
north to
west.
south, which is what I said, and the numbers are east to west.
Okay, where are we staying? What are we doing? What?
I've asked around a little bit about Lucas, and I assume that's why you guys came here. That's
Yeah.
why I came as well. I just wanted to scout out the area, see if this was a nice place to settle down. I fit in rather well, actually.
I mean,
So
not
much
as
so
your
that you had to change your whole
self, yeah.
self.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Where are we staying?
Baby,
tonight?
I can be anyone you want.
Oh, okay. I get that. Let's, yeah.
Okay, so I asked around about Lucas. It turns out he is sort of the medicine man for this town, but lately he's had a run of bad luck and he's had some unfortunate deaths. The town blames him for these deaths,
He's still
and
downstairs.
he's in a bit of hot water right now.
Okay.
No one seems to be fond of him. He's out right now, but he's supposed to be coming back. You have to be careful with questioning around here. No one really wants you prying into their business.
So do we find Lucas before he gets back here?
That was going to be the next thing that I was looking into doing. Finding
That
out
would be-
where he went,
Yeah.
how to meet him.
We should probably.
If
cut
he's in
him
danger,
off.
he might need assistance.
Yeah, that's true too. I didn't even think about that.
If people aren't fond of him, they could be hunting him down.
Yeah, we should probably go tell the others. Are we even staying here tonight? What are we doing?
What time of day is it?
It's getting into the twilight hours. Like you're butting up against nighttime.
Well, you had fun back at the other town. I think this could be run for that money. It's a little more lawless. The fights aren't as structured. I heard about your championship, by the way. Very well
As
done.
you say
Thank you.
lawless, you hear like this eruption of chaos from behind you. You turn and look, and you see this rather weary elven man take a knife out of his pocket and just stab, holding the head of another human. Just starts stabbing him in the throat repeatedly. Takes him by the head and boots him in the chest, and you watch the body just disappear into the trees. You two down below, about 40 feet away from you, you hear boom, and just smack onto the ground. There is a body that is bleeding out and like convulsing on the ground.
I run
Good
over.
work, sir.
Case in point.
I'm kind of
Keep to
concerned
yourselves.
because I have no idea what's going up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, are my friends okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on the man, see if he's
He is like blood is
mostly dead.
hemorrhaging
Yeah.
out
Mostly
of him.
dead.
Mostly dead.
He's
Not
not
all the
fully
way dead.
Yeah.
He's just mostly dead. To
That-
blame.
that-
Um,
That was cool, I guess.
I write in my book
Is he
to
I'm gonna do-
Nabun
not
Tush. Is this
quite
legal?
dead. He's just got lots
evil
of broken
is just
bones
a word
and
here.
bleeding
It's
out of
not
his neck
actual
and probably only has
practice.
seconds to live.
Okay, I'm doing healing
Do
word.
they have a
Okay, so you-
government?
They do have a mayor. From what I
then I'll try to
understand,
stop
he
the
is
bleeding?
imprisoned.
I mean, healing word would stop.
Oh, would it?
bleeding.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
He's banged up
Yes.
still. Don't make much healing.
Yeah, fair. That doesn't make much. This is all
Four.
just.
Yeah. So
Crazy.
You,
It's
as
a
you
little
lay
weird,
over
that's
him, you
no
start
lie.
speaking these eloquent words of beauty and magic, and as it passes over him, you watch some of his bones rewrite themselves.
I'm
and
calling myself
hemorrhaging
Frank
on his
Long,
neck
by the
starts
way.
to scar over, and you watch as he
PH.
spits out like a shitload of blood.
Frank.
PH.
I give some of my
Frank.
water
Yeah,
for my
okay,
water skin.
okay. I like the consistency.
Thanks, man. That's how you know.
Right?
Little clues. Little clues.
Well, I was just murdered, so.
Great. You fell from the sky. So
Never been to Quideth.
Do we hear this at all?
We're too high up, I think.
I'm gonna tell him to run away.
you probably should leave.
Yeah, well, I think lips more of that operative word there, but thank you.
And you see as he puts the water skin down, you just see him kind of holding like his ribs, like, and he starts shuffling away from you guys.
Would I
Oh my
know a
gosh.
safe place for us all to stay?
Most people have some sort of hammock system that they put out on the very outskirts of the town that they sleep in. You have not been given one, nor fashioned one yourself. You've been sleeping on the ground. And aside from the Cyclops, who occasionally passes through on his patrol, you've been left alone for the most part.
Guanapo would want one of these hammock systems.
Yeah. So would Fan. Yeah.
If you want to stay here, I think we can stay here safely. Like I said, just mind your own business and don't start any fights you're not willing to finish.
A little laugh.
I think I should make this my new voice. People are
It's
digging
good.
it.
Very
That's a
responsive.
good one.
Very responsive.
It's not even so much a voice, it's how you're playing into the old
Next
man.
campaign.
Yeah.
Next campaign.
Oh, I have ideas. Devin,
Yes, he does.
Devin, she likes it too.
Can you send a letter to our friends to see what the hell we're doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna just say, yo, what's the plan? And send it to, Guanapo.
You get a letter.
Do I see the
from a
bird
hummingbird.
flying in?
Yep.
God damn it, these things have been following me all day. I can snatch it out and...
Make
Ah.
a both of you make dexterity checks, just general dexterity checks.
I have to remember. 18.
17.
You snatch it out of the air, and as you're drawing it towards you, you manage to scorch
And I've
or
only sent you.
incinerate the fucking wing, one of the wings. And as you unfold it, you see, yo, what's? And that's all you get.
Look,
I'm
let's
only
just
saying
go.
2 and 3 weeks. Calm
Let's
down.
just go talk to. Let's go talk to our
All right,
friends.
let's go find. Yeah.
Word of mouth is much safer as opposed to passing magical notes. That's all I'm saying. They don't like the
Just a heads up.
stuff they
Odette
don't
sends
like.
those. Just.
I think I remember her using that before.
Yeah.
I have appreciated the messages, but they have not always been sent at the opportune time. That's my issue. So let's go down and we'll talk to the ladies. So,
You find one of the platforms, one of the departure platforms. They have ropes that
well,
are
I
kind of,
recommend you use the platform this time. Much more fun.
I'm gonna
they
stay
have
up at the
ropes that
bar.
are kind of like hemmed up for you, and you cast yours over the side. It's got a heavy rock on one side, and it fucking you hear it hit the ground, and you grab onto it, wrapping it around your arm the way they showed you, and you start rappelling backwards.
I'll follow suit.
Oh, wait. Where's your blood?
Okay.
But when I get to the bottom,
His
I
blood's
wanna
wet.
go
I
back
won't
up.
put it just out.
Oh yeah.
Like, go find a
She
way
wants to go for a
up.
ride.
yeah, I didn't
Make a not insight. Help me out here.
Investigation.
Investigation.
But let's see what my add-on is.
Not good enough.
4.
You start as soon as Guanapo hits the ground. The first thing you notice is he starts looking furiously, just walking around trees. Doesn't find something, goes to the next tree, walks around it, walks around the next one, and he's just doing circles around you guys at this point.
Odette?
Yes?
Look, I appreciate the letters you've sent. They meant a lot to me, really. But for fuck's sake, don't send them, please.
You just dipped. I had no idea where you were.
Right, but we were going to a town of lawlessness, yes? They don't look fondly upon
Did I
secret
know you were
messages.
coming here?
You could have inferred. From the direction the birds were flying towards the town you were walking towards, it was pretty obvious.
I'll infer something on you.
I'm
But
not
good
trying.
to know, I won't send
I'm not
them
trying to
when
yell at
we're
you.
here.
I'm trying to say that you could get us all killed, and I don't want that. So please, just a little
Fine.
more caution.
Hey, that's what that thief said when we first joined, and then she tried to kill us.
And then she was stopped.
Tomato, tomato.
I don't eat tomatoes or tomatoes.
Potato,
That's
potato.
actually true. He doesn't.
I love tomatoes.
Me too.
I like crispy potatoes.
With oil.
Lots of oil.
Do you like fried green tomatoes?
Never had them.
Oh, so good.
I would try them.
I've never
What?
had those either. I want to.
Sure.
We're like deviating here.
Our D&D campaign has begun to be food talk.
Not tomatoes.
And corn.
Anyways,
And corn.
I'll tell you the same thing I told them. This is a town where you don't want to make waves. I don't know if you saw the guy who got fucking killed 2 minutes ago.
Well, we saved him, and then he left.
Oh, you did? Did he threaten to kill you afterwards?
No,
You're lucky.
he's pleasant.
That's very rare.
Well, I also don't think it's safe for us to take rest if there's a bunch of thieves.
This town, it's a little rough around the edges, but if you know the right people, you can learn a lot here. We were
What do you
talking
learn?
about staying here for the night. We'd have to set up our own hammocks up in the canopy.
What about me?
I'm gonna stick here with Odette.
Would I know if there's a way to get Odette up there?
There is a
What if we roll bad and I fall?
I'm not trusting that. We'll hang out down here. You guys can do recon.
I would tell you it's probably safer up there than it is down here. If they see you down here alone, you're much
All
more
right,
likely to be a
let's
How
shot.
was it, Fan?
I'm still up there at the
Fan's
bar.
still up there.
Oh, he's still? How did Fan fare?
Good job.
Speaking of which, I'd like to walk up to the bar, take out 3 gold, set it down, just be like, please give me a beer, sir.
He's learning.
Thank you. And I'll just push him to 3 gold. Thanks. And I'm going to just kind of walk into the corner and just start drinking by myself.
By the way, he's decided to go by Frank. Still a PH. PH Frank.
Hey,
Yes, he's trying to keep his anonymity. Can't really judge him. I'm doing the same after all.
Okay.
Guanapo, would you like a name as well?
Popo.
Splent.
Splunks.
That's the sound of ejaculate.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Is that how you feel about our poor Guanapo?
No. Oh, I need to stop reading manga. I need to stop.
You need to read more.
Don't. Yeah. Your name.
How about we go and we call her Edgar Allan Crow?
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yes. Yep.
You just hear a fan. Yeah!
Absolutely.
Okay, his name will be Edgar Allan Crow.
Edgar Allan Crow.
I can't.
Mr. Crow. Yeah, don't know if we can really test
Mr. Crow.
the canopy system. You don't have to tell him how much you were.
Very private information. I wouldn't want to know unless she was willing to share.
I think I figured, no, I didn't put it in here.
Nearly 750 pounds.
I will say this. When Fan first went up, the only sticky spots were a bridge that he was walking across. It got a little hairy. It was kind of funny, actually. But I think that you're a little lighter on your feet than Frank, PH Frank.
How much does Frank weigh?
Well, the pulley
A
system
lot.
that he went up.
He didn't use
Hold
a
me.
pulley system.
He skidded up like a
No,
squirrel.
not Frank.
I think he's going to tell us about a different way, actually.
Yes, there is a different
Probably
pulley
for
system
cargo.
for more cargo and heavier objects. I think we'd be able to get you up there.
It's not cargo, all right?
No.
This is a quality A-frame freight train of sexiness that we will be hoisting up in some kind of way.
Guanapo writes in really nice cursive, precious cargo.
Aww, so sweet.
I don't
He is
know
so
if
amazing.
you've been paying attention, but I've never shown anything but affinity for your lovely horse lady. I've never shown any anger or disgust at all.
She's a stallion.
Yes, I've said it much myself. I don't understand.
All right, where is this bigger pulley system
Don't know where
for
it
the
is.
bigger cargo like myself?
Looking around, this is an inference because you've seen big shit
Yeah.
and they didn't come up the way you came up. You sure of that?
Okay.
But you do not at this point have access or knowledge about it.
Okay, I'll be Frank here. PH Frank.
I love
All
it.
night, man.
Everybody.
We need like a drummer in the
Night.
background, like every 10 seconds, just dunce, dunce.
Every time.
We
No.
do have Liana.
Yes.
Drum set?
We do.
She's over here.
It's a
like,
small
Oh, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
The producers.
I'll give you my hand piano, and
No,
you
she
can
just
do
has
something.
like a bunch of like little like
You should need a buster press.
instruments over there.
Or it could be
Yeah.
that little Chinese
This
one
is
that
such
they
a
use
good
for
idea.
student, like
Why are we
school.
gonna-
Oh yeah.
Xylophone?
Yeah.
She comes in with different instruments. Thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
She's over there
How
like
to
sweating.
make
We've been talking about this whole time. She still doesn't have the coconuts.
Right, that's true.
Right? She's doing all the Odette's
See her
walking.
percussion section.
I gotta see Liana over there like sweating like a pig, like all like red.
That'd be
So,
fucked
sound
up. We're not
effects,
gonna do
Just
that.
4 hours of non-stop movements
Oh my god.
just for
Such
sound
good shit,
effects.
We
though.
never get anything done.
Such good shit.
We'd all be purposely making sounds.
Right?
So
I blow my whistle.
Alright, back to the game.
Okay.
Back to the game.
I don't know exactly where the lift is, but if you wait momentarily, I think I could go up and ask a good friend of mine and maybe find out where it is.
Okay.
Guanapo, do you want to stay down here? I think Guanapo wants to ride up with me. Okay. So I'll,
You walk over to one of the no trees that you've gone to. There are only 2 left. But yeah, you know, if you guys both, he shows you how he wraps his hand around it, pulls it tight with his other one, wrapping it around his waist, and kicks down on the lever, and it shoots him up into the trees. You mimicking the same motion, looking down, you're like, and just launched into the tree. As you're pulled upwards, you come flying out, and you let go of your rope, and you have this moment of like, this is what it's like to fly. This is what my people are missing. And you land on your feet, barely, stumbling. But you manage to land on your feet, looking out across the sprawling, hut-strewn city that is Quideth. It's a busy place. but everybody seems to keep to their own at this point. It's warm. The direct sunlight beats down on the city on a regular basis, and the evaporation from the trees does cool things down sometimes, but for the most part, the sun is incredibly intense.
I put a hand on his arm, and I look at him very intensely, and I say, again.
There will be plenty of opportunities, but right now we must find a place to bed down for the evening.
You being at the bar drinking your beer, which is not very good at all.
Oh, gosh.
It is a little sour, maybe has gone, a little rye.
Yeah.
You look over and watch as Jeremiah and who you know to be Guanapo launch through the canopy and land on one of the arrival deck plates.
Alright, I'll just quickly down that mofo, set it on the bar and dip out.
Oh,
Okay.
Frank, hello there.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Remember my name, Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
This is my friend Edgar Allan Crow.
I love it.
Wink, wink.
Okay, yeah, what up, Mr. Crow?
We're gonna go inquire about a possible service
Yeah.
lift to try and get our friend. We didn't come up with the name. Seabiscuit.
Bodette?
We'll get our friend Seabiscuit.
Okay, yeah, that's a little,
Bring
Sure.
back number.
Seabiscuit is a beautiful horse, okay? I don't get what you're upset about.
yeah, a little undersized.
Right, but you wouldn't tell her that.
Yep.
She's full-figured, I'll have you know.
Alright.
So, would I know someone who might have this information?
The person that has been the most forward and open to you was Adeletta. However,
I let her do anything to me.
Hago Park.
Except kill you.
That's right.
Hago Park, the town's bar manager keep. It's not much of a bar. It's not always stocked with anything.
Right.
You get the feeling that maybe he's taking a shining to you, even if he's reluctant to admit it.
Alright, you should probably stay here. Where I'm going is where the lady who attacked you from earlier is probably at. So it's probably best if you guys stay here.
Yeah, we'll stay here and just stand and not talk to anybody. And,
That's a good call.
yeah.
So I'm going to make my way to this
No.
bar.
How many people are
As
up in
you're-
these trees? Like 50, 75?
Yeah, what's the head count there?
You got enough there.
1,500 to
I know,
No, I'm just
2,000.
saying,
Like-
how big it is.
How many people are up here?
Interesting question. Since you should ask, it's in the neighborhood of 200 people.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty big.
It
actually,
is-
for trees.
Mhm.
Right? Yeah.
Quite, and the city itself, or the town, is pretty extensive. Village?
Okay.
There are some, there's no blacksmiths, or any kind of smiths for that matter. Fire is almost strictly prohibited, for obvious reasons.
Makes sense.
The bulk of this city seems to rely on cooperation, and for the most part, there is no goods for services or payments for services or payments for goods. It's literally like an IOU, like if you give me this, I'll do this for you, or this is, and that's
So it's like
typically
old
where
school bartering and trade.
very old school bartering trade. And the number one reason that you've seen is people not keeping their word. That's like the reason murder and violence happens. But from what you can tell, these people are all outlaws, and being that they're outlaws, it's okay to just murder somebody because the law covers none of these people. There's no nation, no government that is willing to protect them. They've all done something to put themselves outside the law, which is why they're now outlaws.
Okay.
And this whole town is made of everybody. Everybody. This is like where outlaws go to survive.
Right at home.
Okay. What's the name of this bartender friend I have?
The bartender is Hago Park.
Hago Park.
Base.
I'm going to walk up to Hago Park.
And I was going through and I was like, oh, I wonder
Hago,
if I could do something.
How fare you?
Accidentally.
Jerma.
I have a quick question for you. I have some cargo that I brought for the town. I'd like to bring it up the lift, but it's a little heavy. Do you know how I could get it up?
I suggest
You
a
see, he
pill.
reaches up and he grabs like this. It's like a corrugated tin metal, and he like slams it shut in your face, and you hear this locking sound. You can see around it. You could probably fit through some sections of it if you were in your normal form. And you hear there's like a small door on the side of the hut that opens up with this, and you see him step out and close it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And he leads you outward. It's closer to the. Let me check. Yeah. So he takes you up 4 rows of lattice and over 3. He's taking you towards the J column and about the 10, J10. And he kind of stops, and you're standing on top of one of the trees, but each side of this overly flat platform has a lever on it, and there are very clearly cutouts in the corners that would allow for maybe one section of the platform to be lowered. Good?
Yes, thank you. That's all I needed.
Good. Then he turns and walks away.
Okay. So I'm gonna activate the platform and drop down.
You go to the easternmost, and it goes with this shaking, shuddering, and starts to drop down. You guys, I'm assuming, have followed at this point.
Yeah.
It is still a nerve-wracking process. You're managing to get over it, thank God, because of the drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But you watch as you walk up behind him. One of the sections of the easternmost platform starts to sink down. You guys, from where you're standing, hear this kind of light grinding of gears, and you see one of the trees about, I would say, 50 to 60 feet away from you starts to lean on its side. The roots very clearly are not attached to the ground.
Oh.
And it just starts to lean over, and you can see as you make a perception check for me.
Both of us?
So Fan's on this platform with me.
He's standing on the top of you, yes.
No,
Hey, friend, if maybe you, Frank, maybe you could become a squirrel.
I can't do that again.
15.
15.
You both see there
That's
is a
rather
massive
unfortunate.
rope that seems to be bound over a series of pulleys, very cleverly hidden, and you start to realize from where you're standing some of these trees might be hollow.
Cool. Okay.
But one of the trees starts to lay down, and as it lays down, there is a platform that is being lowered about another 20 feet away from you.
Well, how big are these trees around?
They're not the biggest. They're probably, if you're trying to hug it, it might be only 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
But
That's holding a whole fucking city. I guess if you're.
Maybe
Go ahead.
spread-
Many of
there's
them.
enough.
Many of
There's
them.
enough,
Yeah.
Look at all the support pillars.
Think of like a bed of needles and you're laying on it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Ladies, would you like a ride?
I hesitantly get on it, but I get on it.
okay.
Is there enough room for everyone to fit?
Yeah.
Okay. Crank it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's
You.
got- I was looking up.
pulling
I
it
was
back,
looking at that, but I don't have that. I think that's.
There is the sound of grating and grinding as some sort of metallic object starts sliding down the base of the tree that you're in. And as it slides down, you can see the tree is starting to right itself a little bit more. The one neighboring to you, it's not connected to anything. The platform rises and comes to a more of a clunking halt. And you can see there are lots of people around town staring at you guys at this point.
Gee, we're just like a shit show.
Okay, don't talk to anybody.
Okay.
Seriously.
And no magic.
Yeah, call me Frank.
Yes.
This place is fucked up. So
These
let's
people
just-
know you as Seabiscuit.
They don't know you
I
as
see
anything.
this.
And
Just
Luca,
as a-
you're going to be...
You can be whatever you want.
Yes, whatever you desire.
Yeah, yeah.
We're calling him Edgar Allan Crow.
Yeah, this is Edgar. Or Mr. Crow.
I'll go with Skin.
Alright, weird
Skin?
name. Oddly, I think that'll
Skin.
fit in here.
You might be respected by that name, actually.
Yeah, that's kind of.
If people think you're gonna skin them, you
Yeah.
might earn some respect.
Or all the people that
Just
have
don't look at
scars might
anyone
want
weird.
fresh
They might murder you here, and it's apparently fine.
The rules here are keep to yourself, and you should be fine. Now we should probably set about to build ourselves some hammocks. Oh, I don't mind sleeping on
Alcohol
the
here
ground.
ain't worth it.
We should have just slept on the ground. You can't fit in a hammock.
I sleep standing up, I
Oh.
think.
Well, there's a difference between what I mean ground up here and ground down there. Ground down there, you don't want to be down there alone at night in a place like this. But up here, no one's just going to attack you unless you look at them funny.
We can find a platform and build up, and we'll be fine.
I agree. I think we should be fine.
Okay.
We'll go to the outskirts.
All right, so
You guys ready for bed? Or
We make ourselves to an open area.
I
So we
mean,
find
this
these
is
lineups?
probably, from what you've seen, the most open of areas
Okay.
where you're standing.
Where we can build.
I will say, make a general intelligence check for me.
I suggest we don't stand it all in one space. Maybe kind of spread
11.
our weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll circle a tree.
I'm pretty sure there's a building in this vicinity that is empty because you happen to know that the individual who you're looking for is not here.
I'm not very intelligent, so I wouldn't have thought of that.
Mm.
Something occurs.
Something.
Good. My brain starts functioning.
We're looking for Lucas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe he had permanent residence here. Lucas is not currently here. We could stay at his place.
Would they be willing to let us walk into a
It's
place?
not so much about who's willing to do
Yo,
anything, it's more
this
about
place
what we're
don't
willing
care.
to take.
I'm willing to be in either.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
down to see what if someone's.
let's go take up Lucas's.
B&E is a little drastic. We don't want to
Facility.
outwardly commit these crimes. We could
Ah.
draw attention. It could be a full riot. You don't want to start that.
I think if you yelled out who commits crimes here, everyone's gonna raise their hand and we'd be okay.
But it
Great
could
town.
start a riot.
Oh, okay, right, okay, let's go.
We don't want to start the breaking and entering
Yeah.
because everyone's going to breaking and entering.
Sure, yeah, man. Let's just
Let's just
get
be a
on
little-
to this house. We'll knock on the door until it
Yes.
falls over,
That's fine.
and then we will get in.
Okay.
As you depart,
Do I know where Lucas's
the-
building is?
You do. It is in the furthest corner. It's in
Oh,
the.
good.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's a good thing.
So
it
good.
is- it's in the eyes.
Stay out of the way.
I 20.
And that's like the farthest
That is
corner.
the furthest.
So
corner.
A to I is okay.
And 1 to 20 so far.
Do I know that to be the bad side of town or anything? Is
There's
there a
no
difference?
good side of town.
Okay.
There's no good side of town.
There's no worse place to go. I mean, it's all shitty.
As you're leaving, the screams of a particular human catch your ears. It sounds like it is being almost drowned out by the sounds of laughter and
Creepy.
raucousness.
Is it Konak?
You're very familiar with the sounds of the mayor being
Oh.
prodded and poked and
Should we help that person?
otherwise.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Do you want to fucking die?
Yeah.
No, but
So we
someone's
can't
hurting.
do anything about anything here. We just have to watch people.
Oh, you can do anything about anything if you want to fucking die.
I think there's just consequences to every fucking action. Put it
There's
that way.
consequences to any perceived slight.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have all chained up this mayor in a cage.
There's
Oh,
a
should we
reason.
talk to the mayor?
No, probably
We're not
not.
gonna just make ourselves any kind of known here. There's a reason I'm not using my real name.
Public enemy
Fuck
number
this
one
place.
is the mayor, and if we're
fuck.
seen being, friendly towards that guy, we
Yeah,
look good.
that's what I'm saying.
Why name him the
I don't know,
All
and I
right.
don't care. I don't want. This is a beautiful place. There's another time in my life I would have just loved to be here.
I'm
Have you
pretty
ever
sure
heard-
there's a pile of shit in that corner.
This ain't.
I
There's
swear.
definitely a big
when you
pile of
gotta
shit.
go, man. I mean, just.
Have you ever heard the
Why
saying,
can't they
not
just-
my table?
Yeah.
This
Why
whole
can't they
town
just
is
shit
not my
on,
table.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. This is just something completely different. You know what I mean?
You either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
And if you
Get
don't,
some
then you die.
shots after being in this place. Alright, well, as long as you think that Odette can make it over there.
Yes, I mean, it should be sturdy enough. I wouldn't have Odette, Seabiscuit,
and Frank on the bridges at the same time, that would be folly.
And we would
Folly.
Probably fall.
We'd probably folly.
Folly a lottie.
Yeah.
Make a dexterity check for me.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Can I,
my.
like, inspire her? Oh, her beauty increase.
She's beauty and she's grace.
What did you roll, Duffy?
I would like to touch you, and I'm just gonna look down and just. Oh, and then I'm just gonna squat, and you're now gonna have
Did you shit?
Cat's Grace, which is gonna give you.
Cat's grace?
Yeah, it won't. You won't take damage for the first 20 feet of falling.
I'm sorry. I was like, oh, she's agile. She can get around shit. You won't die on the first 20. Wow.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
so what did you want me to roll for?
That's some
Dexterity check.
bullshit.
Oh god.
Do you have anything as a monk that gives
We're
you
all gonna
advantage
die.
with a dexterity? No.
You get advantage on dexterity checks as well,
Oh, cool.
and you don't take damage from falling from the
We
first.
should have led with that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
the first 20 feet.
So I
I'm
roll
sorry.
again?
It
Yeah.
was too funny. I was expecting you to just fall and die.
Okay, so it's better for me. 17.
You very carefully and clippity-cloppity make your way across this bridge. You realize very quickly that you cannot be on the bridge at the same time as another person.
Okay.
You are testing the limits of each one of
I'm
these.
telling everyone
gentle,
to stay the fuck away from me.
Is she
But-
heavier than Fan?
She's big, twice his weight.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was like 800 pounds.
He's
No, I'm
about
300.
300.
No,
She's
so,
7.
well, no, and
Oh,
I've been
she's
looking,
7.
and I think
I'm
they're
about
2,000
350.
pounds.
About 350.
So, if you are the size of a painted horse, yes. If you're the size of a deer,
Yeah.
no. And I have cast you in my mind as about the size of a deer. Because you're what? How tall?
I
You're in the
am
6 foot range?
I remember her saying that she was a painted horse.
That was in the beginning.
Right.
And then
She
you
can be a
guys looked
painted
up her
deer.
race.
So, what am I looking
Fan
for?
is taller than you
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the board.
Yeah, I'm taller
I'm
than you by like
6'5".
6 inches.
So if you're 6'5", like a fucking horse,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm 6
I'm like-
foot tall,
I'm 8
and a
feet.
horse goes to my shoulder before it hits its head, if not higher.
What?
Right. So the back of a horse.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Michael Steiger is 6 feet tall.
Yeah, back horse like 5 feet. You know,
It's
4
five and a half feet
yeah,
tall.
so-
Before it hits my shoulder, right? And that's where the horse ends until we get to the head, which then puts it at the
Like
Yeah.
7 and 8 foot mark. So if we chopped off, in theory, your torso right now at the hips and attached you after we chopped off the head of a horse and stuck you on top of that, we would be looking at a probably 8 foot tall figure at the least. The fact that you're 6.5 feet tall means that you're on probably a smaller frame, which means you probably don't weigh 2,000 pounds.
So how much do you want me to put?
I would put 750.
Okay.
Theories. If you guys didn't know, there's no guidance on general
You
height
would
or
say
general
50
weight
is a
of centaurs.
Like 500.
Ooh, good to know.
So if you ever play it, make it up.
So
Okay.
you literally could have been Little Sebastian. That would have been adorable. A little tiny.
I've been writing
A
Little
mini
Sebastians this whole trip.
That sounds awesome.
That can't.
Yeah, I can't
The
do
Sherlock
that
Holmes
tall.
movie, just
Okay, so yeah, I tell everyone to stay the fuck away from me and do not go on the bridge with me at all. I need to go by myself.
You guys all follow this direction. Some of you staying behind, some of you going forward. You daisy chain your way all the way across to what is of these ramshackle huts, of these small, quiet, unassuming and dirty hovels that people are staying in. This one has to be the dirtiest of them all, and the most hovelly of them all.
great.
You looking at it, you're not sure if everyone can fit inside, but you could try. You approach the door. It is very dark, and as you knock, somebody knock.
I'll
Jeremiah.
As you knock with your old withering hand, your fist falls through the thatch of the door, and you pull it back, and you can just clearly see inside. Even though it's dark, but there's now a fist-sized hole in the thatch.
I cannot describe how amazing that is. I could punch you in the face with all of my strength, and it would literally not hurt you. The fact that I can push through that door is nothing but astounding. These termites are fastidious.
Is there?
This is gonna leave a great review.
Yeah.
Like, this is fantastic.
Is there room for us in there?
As you push the door open, it is no more than 10 foot by 10 foot on the inside.
That's a
That's a fucking
fat no with a
shitting.
PH
The
then.
House.
thing
So
that
I'll stand on the outside because I stand sleeping anyways.
I'm gonna sleep outside with the door.
there's a small platform. It's probably about 5 feet. It's
Okay.
5 foot. Probably runs in a semi-arc.
Do you sleep
The
under her
thing
when it
that
rains?
you notice
Put
first
the tarp over.
is the massive amount of tinctures and potions and odd viscous liquids contained in vials. up
Empty
against the
vials
wall.
and empty vials.
Most of them are full.
Most of them. Can I take some empty vials?
Make a investigation check for me. The other thing that really bothers you is the table that runs across the back of the room and the what would appear to be a dead body lying across of it.
I'm sorry?
It's a small dwarven man with a fiery reddish brown beard. It's so hard to tell. Like sometimes it looks brown, sometimes it looks extremely orange, and maybe it's just age that's catching up with him or was catching up with him. But the individual on the table is pale, naked, and lying in a perfect anatomical representation.
I analyze his face and check for any pricks or stuff.
I do see one prick.
There's one at least.
Good night.
But
Does it look
I'm
like any
still the
of
room
his?
top.
Does it look like any of his clothes or armor has been removed anywhere in the?
There is a bundle that's sitting on. It looks like a couch, but there's some sort of apparatus behind it. But there's a small bundle that's tied up and laying on the couch.
I'd like to try and go through it,
Okay.
see if
It's
anything stands out.
Clothing, armor, things like that.
Okay.
Frank,
Looks like it would be the perfect
would you
size
mind
for this
helping me
individual.
carry this body up so we can dump it over the
I'm
edge?
really sorry, guys. I have to pee now.
yeah, we can dump the body over the edge.
Because I'll be real with you, that's what they do here. It's,
Hold on, let me analyze the face really quick.
Yeah,
That's what they
let's
do.
get a good. Let Guanapo get a drawing of this thing too.
I could just change into him. If
Or what is Edgar?
I mean, he's dead.
Edgar, go ahead and draw. You want to draw this?
So, like,
You want to draw the dead person?
figure out.
I think I have to wait for.
Just in
like,
case. To roll a drawing check.
Yeah.
A performance check.
Well, we can say you drew it, and he's gonna make you roll to see how good it is, right? That's what's gonna.
I saw her roll
Yeah.
a 20.
Yeah, D20. Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, that was a
everybody.
20 that rolled.
Yep.
She
that's,
actually drew a 3D
5
image
was
somehow.
here. Liana saw it too. It was a 20.
It was a 20 in a row.
Yeah, we waited for you.
Yeah.
We were just moving a dead body. Guanapo was getting ready to maybe draw it.
I'm analyzing the face to be able to shape change
Great.
into it.
Alright.
It's a male dwarf.
I'm using forgery, so I get advantage on my roll.
Go for it.
Is it performance?
Yeah, I'm making a performance.
Oh, dope.
I can see now why other streams don't do a whole lot of drinking. Because right around the 9 o'clock mark,
Yeah.
I'm like, my bladder hurts, dude.
Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah, you quickly start sketching it out. You definitely manage to get the better part of the face in, the body not so much. Staring at this body, it is out of rigor mortis. It's actually limp.
Been dead a
It's
while.
been dead for quite some time. The smell is awful. Fingernails are blue
Are there
and
maggots?
overgrown. There are no maggots.
Does it smell like was it
No
trying to be
maggots.
preserved?
It
in any
does
way?
not smell like it was being preserved, but there do not appear to be any maggots growing on it at this point.
Interesting.
Any signs of any like inspection? Like was he scientifically trying to like dissect him and
There are tools that are laid out in a corner by the massive cabinet of liquids,
autopsy?
but they all look pristine, clean, and well placed.
Is there any medical books?
There are some books, whether or not they're medical remains to be seen, but there's
I'd
a
like to
collection
check
of
them out.
books. As you start opening them, they're all bound in this weird like leather contraption. And go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Is there any clear signs of death?
On this body, no.
Causes of death.
I mean, you can see cyanosis across the lips, blue lips. The eyes are sunken into the skull. The body is completely like jello-y limp at this point, and there's even some liquid that's developing underneath. When you lift one of the arms, you can see there's liquid developing underneath the body. The fingernails are extremely blue, and all of the hair has started to kind of outgrow itself or outgrow the frame as the skin is being grown taller and taller as the liquid is removed from the body.
15.
15. It's a clever design. It's not designed to keep people out, but more designed to keep what content is in there. If somebody were to spy on it or be nosy, then you would have to know how to reset the contraption to prevent them from finding it. It's more of like a, I know you were here, then don't go through my shit.
There's like a spell in the book? Or what are you
No, it's a leather bound.
Oh.
It's like the way it's set up is almost kind of like
Okay.
a puzzle.
Very specific.
There are two interlocking parts of the leather, and then the way you have to lay it back down. It's very intricate and clever, and not something that you would expect in general.
Can I attempt to like...
Oh yeah, I mean it's easy enough. You
Oh,
sit and
oh,
wrench
okay,
on
yeah.
it. You
Right.
can wrench on it and pull it apart, but
You'll
basically
still
what
know
I'm
you
saying
were
is
there.
he'll know if he comes back. If he comes back.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. Lucas, hopefully, will be a friend before long.
Are we throwing this body down or what?
I'm gonna put it...
Like I said earlier, I've heard rumors of sickness. It's probably best to not leave this body, which has no clear signs of cause of death.
You said sickness?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna grab whatever cloth I can find.
Right, we should wrap him up.
Cover my
Yeah, we
hands.
should wrap him up.
Grab this thing, but I'll grab the shoulders, you grab the feet.
Okay, I'll do my best, but I'm not actually old, but damn it, I'm strong like I'm old.
And we will go ahead and throw this thing off the
Sure.
trees.
As the body plummets through the foliage, you lose sight of it, and you hear this.
Ow.
Nothing?
And nothing. Nobody seems to bother you. Nobody seems to be bothered by what just happened.
Like I said, it's pretty par for the course. That's a golf reference. You
Yeah,
get it.
I don't know what that is, but
I'm
alright.
old, so I play.
Yeah. Fair.
Me and Odette will sleep outside.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it works for me. More room for a lot of Poe and I. Or Edgar and I.
The night goes by.
I'm so proud of Edgar Allan Crow.
That was really good.
Too good.
The night goes by without
We're doing
incident.
rotation, so yeah.
Yeah. You each find a moment in the night to stand watch, stand vigil. It's easy. It's you hear the thumping of what you believe to be the Cyclops or some sort of creature similar to it below you every couple minutes or hours or whatever. As the sun begins to crest to the horizon, the morning sky is starting to brighten. You two,
Who?
Guanapo and Luca, are both, and you're on Crow and Skin, are both alerted to a presence
By your weapons.
by your weapons.
I wake up Odette. Something's coming.
I just start poking both
I
of
woke
these.
up.
Standing across, about halfway through one of the bridges, you see a very slight figure holding a massive fucking crossbow, and it is pointed right at you.
Going to go ahead and do
And we don't see this inside.
a like
Should I
a
poke my head out and see?
or
You
is
look
there
out
something
and
to
you
do?
see a figure you are unfamiliar with, completely
I,
garbed in dark blue, shroud, cloak, hood. Everything seems to be dark blue. The
cast Blade
nature of his
Ward.
skin it looks extremely tanned and old. You can see the knuckles and the bones protruding from underneath very worn hands. His face covered by a small mask of sorts.
This isn't
and
comic,
you
is
can
it?
see there is
He's a
a
murderer.
huge scar that runs. It's super thick that runs down underneath one of his eyes.
To be intimidating,
Extremely
I'm gonna be.
Oh, you're
I'm gonna be
I'm
equally.
going to use Shadow Step.
Okay.
And is there a space that is not occupied right behind him?
There is.
I'm going to go right behind him
Okay.
and put my knife up at his neck.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna go up, like half his focus, like staring
yeah,
at him.
you're.
And then it says I had the advantage to make the first melee attack.
So you come stepping forward in like this, like you trying to be like menacing, present
Yeah.
yourself, fluff up, be the peacock you know you can be.
Right.
God, I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Let me fly, Captain.
You nobody notices it, but Odette, as you kind of step back into the small shadow that is being cast by this hut, you almost like a mist dissolve into it. And before any of you can stick your head out, Odette is standing behind this individual, holding his head by his hair, and has a knife to his throat. The thing that alarms you the most is when you stick your knife to his throat, there's a metal tinking sound. And you kind of like looking over, you can't make it out. You notice it, there's a small pipe that seems to be hanging out of this individual's throat. That now that the knife is there, is pretty obvious. It has moved all the obfuscating clothing out of the way. And you see as he's holding his massive crossbow, you hear, "Take the knife away,
I'm gonna ask
or
him.
I'll shoot."
I'm gonna ask him who he is.
I should ask you the same question.
Take
I-
who
How come you
I-
couldn't teleport last night up into the canopy?
I'm gonna take on Joanne's voice, so I'm gonna say, Lucas.
Take the knife away.
Joanne!
As soon as he says Joanne, I turn myself into Joanne.
What kind of magic bullshit is this?
Yeah. Oh wait, I use
Friends.
magic too.
Need to talk.
And then I say your sister
Are you-
sent us.
are
We
you
are your
Lucas?
people. We are here to help you.
make a persuasion check at advantage.
I like to assume at this time I'm kind of like peeking out the door.
Giant elephant head.
Yeah.
You fucking-
What the fuck?
With advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
7.
Let us help
Are you
you.
bounty hunters?
No.
Let us help you.
This is fucking
I would like to cast Hold Person.
What do I have to make?
A blankety check of. Let me see what the check is. Wisdom of 13.
12.
Alright.
As he is talking, you see his body kind of lock up.
I'd
And
like
there's this moment of tension underneath you where you feel this is very similar
I'm-
to when you summon Stun Strike.
And I'm going to kind of, as quietly as I can, but with Odette able to hear me. Bring him in here and let's shut the fucking door. Come on. Come on.
And I. Oh.
Well, okay, so you're gonna have to go by yourself. I will care, and I'll just drag him, because you can't walk.
Yeah, I can't go on the bridge with him.
At this point, it is stressful. You two are the only ones on the bridge. And as you stand here,
I'll
the
go
bridge
down
is
if I need.
swaying, and you can hear the stress in the ropes. Every time it moves left to right, you can hear the fibers straining underneath that.
Odette, back off.
I push him towards
I'm walking towards
skin.
Go ahead and just make a general dexterity check. See.
There, God.
You also get advantage, right? Because you have the cat thing.
Does that?
When does that last?
Yeah,
When does
how
that
long?
last?
That'll last for like an hour. I think.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not long enough.
Do we get a full?
No, not 20.
Okay.
I use my
Pulling
mini
the
dice.
knife off of him, you kind of grab him by the collar and by the hip, and you give him a shove forward. And it is precise and it is accurate, and he falls about 5 feet away from the edge of the bridge that you're standing next to. You back yourself off of the bridge, and you're able to go ahead and grab him by...
I'm going to grab him, put his arm around me, kind of Burmese thing.
He is still, like, trigger ready.
Okay.
He can't move.
Okay, cool.
He's
So I'm
like
just going to
frozen.
bear hug him.
And you pick him up, drag him inside.
Yeah.
Put him
So
down,
and then I go across the bridge.
and everybody's inside. As the door shuts, what are you doing?
I'm gonna keep hold person on him.
I'd like to walk up to him, and I just want to gently kind of put my hands on him, and I want to like look him in the eye, and I want to just start repeating lines that I heard from Joanne when she was asking for our help.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a brother in Quideth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he's done this, and I just kind of little excerpts that I remember. I just kind of and asking for our help.
His eyes are darting violently between all 5 of you. But the more you talk, you can see the more he trains back to you. He looks
You're
at
able
somebody
to
else
talk
and
in
looks
her
back
voice
at you.
too, right?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm literally
Yeah.
repeating her
And
words.
as you're doing this, you can see in his eyes, they just keep training back to you. There's no visible tension relief because he's frozen.
Are you... Listen, we're going to proceed under the assumption that you're Lucas. Now, please understand the situation we're in. This town is fucking crazy. We are being safe right now as we can be, but we're also trying to look for presumably you. So we will not kill you if you don't kill us.
And I'm going to, as he's still in hold person, just look at him and be like, look, we're doing a favor for Joanne, and I don't care who you are. I will kill you right
You
here.
watch as he turns and fires the bolt in his crossbow squarely between your legs, and you feel the spell release.
Yeah.
And he just... and you see him pull the fucking mask off his face. He has bright red scarring all across his face. From his upper lip to his ears. You can see, it looks almost like a burn, but more like the skin was torn from his face. And it covers his nose. It covers like the underside of his nose. His throat is taut. There are veins protruding through his jawline.
So this has got to be new because I asked Joanne if
She
he
hadn't
had
seen
any
him for
scars.
years. So.
Yeah, she had
There's a
seen him.
hole in
Yeah.
his neck, and hanging out of it
Okay.
is a pipe that appears to be some sort of breathing apparatus.
What color hair and what color eyes does he have? And does he appear to have elvish features?
He looks like a human, but extra human. He has, high cheekbones and pointed ears, and has all the features of what you would expect to be a human, exaggerated, almost like a half-elf.
Yeah.
His description, other than the massive scarring and the pipe sticking out of his neck, would seem to fit that of Lucas.
Tall, brown hair, green eyes.
Lucas, I'm going to assume that you pulled that trigger before we froze you, and that was just
No, you watch as he tucks his chin down. The gap around the pipe closes.
Is he like one of those smokers? And
It's a stoma.
Ain't talks like this.
And he talks, yeah.
He's Ned from South Park.
Yeah.
Jimbo. Hello there, Jimbo.
Absolutely not. Nobody comes in my home without my permission and then proceeds to use magic on me. I understand.
I don't, because 5 people just fucking did it. So.
All I'm saying is, this right here punches a little bit heavier, Pat.
Alright, man. We're here to help you. You can either take the help, or we can fucking turn you in.
They're my most valuable specimen over the side of this here tree. Like it was disposable. You know how hard it is to gain a body in that condition around these parts.
I would imagine not hard based on our interactions.
It's
with people.
extremely hard. It's incredibly difficult.
What were you trying to accomplish with that body?
I'm a man of science. You understand?
Deeply.
You certainly don't look like a man of science
Wow.
right now.
All right,
Looks
let's get down to the
amazing.
point. Your sister sent us. We need to hit. She wants us to help you. You are in some kind of trouble. What have you supposedly done?
You must be the Banshee Forest Purveyors.
Yeah.
Actually,
We're
that's-
not.
Joanne
Yeah.
warned me you'd be coming.
We've canned that name. And speaking of canned, Maize. Mercs of Maize? Maize Mercs? What do you want to be? I don't know. That's one of the two.
Right, whatever it is.
Yeah, right.
Mercs of Maize is my preferred.
Okay, so
Point is-
Mercs of Maize is going to be our new name.
Joanne won't be become.
Right, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mercs of Maize.
We're very sorry about the body, but we needed a place to stay. We were in dire straits. You know the town better than us, I assume. We've been trying to find you for nigh on 12 hours. It's been a long day.
Fucking 12 hours, 2
2
weeks.
weeks.
Oh yeah.
Well, we
Yeah,
have
get
been.
the fuck
We
out of here,
came
12
to
hours.
Quideth, and then we began the search. We weren't searching for him on the way.
Well, I
We
was-
traveled for about 2 weeks, and then we searched for about 12 hours. Jeez.
Body smelly.
That's what happens when a body decomposes.
It didn't look like it was decomposing.
It was in the early stages. He only died about a week ago.
How did he die? We didn't see any mortal wounds.
Alright, let's get back
That's
to
the
why are you looking at
concern.
this fucking body?
Of why I'm looking at this body.
Okay.
That young man, for all intents and purposes,
You're gonna wake up with
adrenaline,
It's gonna come back. It's gonna sound
Several.
like it.
more decades. Bunkton day. Why is that? I have my theories. The town here seems to think that I'm behind it.
I heard those rumors.
Black magic of some sort, cursing people and poisoning them in their sleep, but they won't kill me because I'm the only one who knows how to fix them.
Oh.
How do you fix them?
I would definitely like to learn. If
My
you would.
sister, she's still running the Raval,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very wonderfully, I might add.
almost like someone who was trained to be a leader,
Yes,
businesswoman,
very much.
politician, spy.
You're checking a lot of boxes there.
My father was a very powerful man. Unfortunately, he liked to force that power upon us. I trained at some of the finest medical institutions in these lands. I'm a doctor by trade, but a series of events that were outside of my control put me in a position to not look the best among my peers, and I was framed for the deaths of 3 small children.
How did they actually die?
It's beyond me. Interestingly, it looks a lot like that dwarf you so kindly discarded.
Is he still at the base of the tree?
There are things out here. They scavenge.
That was kind of what I was relying on, I'm not going to lie.
So you're here to help me.
And you see as he kind of leans back from this whole very intense bravado that he's been putting on, and you see him unclip himself. He is missing chunks of flesh similar to the giant halfling that you saw. There are parts of his bicep that have been carved out. He has scars running all over his body. And the thing that really accentuates it is the whole of his head wrapped around from the backside of his skull to the front of his nose. There is just pink, raw, scar-like tissue.
So before we go any further, your sister says she doesn't think you did this. Did
Well,
you
I
do it?
appreciate that. If I asked for help finding these folks killers, if I'd done it, we're a land of outlaws. I could kill any one of these people.
That's a fair point. He could. No one would give a shit.
Yeah, and I don't quite frankly care if you did it or not. We're here to help your sister.
What do you need our help with?
Yeah, how do we help you?
Just judging by context clues, is the only way to get rid of the sickness to cut large pieces of your skin out to try and beat the rot?
Are you talking about this?
Yes, and we saw this.
I lost that to a bear.
Okay. Do you know the halfling who's not quite half? You know,
He's more of a fool.
He's more of a ling.
do Do you know who I'm speaking of?
I do.
He was missing half of his calf, and you said you'd been helping and saving these people.
Lost it to an owlbear.
This seems to be a common problem. Are you sure this isn't the bigger threat?
There are bears and owlbears in the forest below us. The scavengers that you rely upon. That said, I don't think it's a disease.
Guanaco points to his neck and goes, "Ouch."
Did he say that?
Ouch, indeed.
I think
Okay.
Bird Companion is asking how that happened.
Yeah, Edgar here would like to know what happened.
Edgar Allan Crow.
That's an incredibly personal
He's
story.
so happy with
One
that.
that I'm not
Wouldn't you be?
That's fair.
interested in sharing with people I just met.
I wouldn't expect you to. Again,
Fucking hurt.
how can we help you, sir?
Y'all look like a rowdy bunch. You ever experimented with recreational drugs?
Yes.
No.
I think,
I can't.
I believe that my patients have been poisoned. I believe that they are victims of circumstance. See, we don't live in a world where you can call a god. We had a non-military bylaw enforcer, but I think you've seen him recently.
The
yeah,
mayor
I don't
who
know
was
how politics
caged?
work, but yeah,
The mayor.
caged your mayor.
Why would someone poison someone in a town like this where wanton murder seems to be running rampant?
That's the question. The one thing that all of them have in common is that they visit one of the nearby towns to reply, to restore and replenish their supplies. Now, I'm not sure if they all go to Hagen, but I think that's where the bulk of these problems are coming from. Notice, if you will, the bluing of the lips and the fingernails, cyanosis, starvation of oxygen to the body and its extremities. There was a certain limpness about the body I'm sure you noticed as you tossed it so wanton and willy-nilly over the side of my tree.
It was pretty easy.
Although all of the deceased share these common traits.
So
That's
how are
unusual.
you able to fix them?
I'm not. When something's dead, it's dead.
Hey.
Don't go spending that magical aura around here. It's not appreciated.
But I thought you said that they keep you around because you know how to fix it.
I'm a man of medicine. And those who have brought to me a live patient, I can help.
And how do
See,
you help
this
those
here-
live patients?
This here mushroom cap,
And you see he goes over and grabs
Mushroom cap.
Wow. Some homebrew bullshit.
grabs a vial off the shelf, and there is just chunks of fleshy mushroom particles in there.
particularly good at countering opioids, central nervous system depressants, if you will. It's a very fine line between something that is effective at numbing and something that kills.
So are you saying this is some sort of narcotics overdose?
That's exactly what I think.
What's the how is it placed into the body?
Well, it
Is it
seems
the
to
stomach?
be of a willful consumption.
Oh.
I don't necessarily
Syringe?
pity a person who puts poison in their own bodies.
Oral, anal-ese.
They're killing
Intravenously.
themselves.
I don't think they mean to.
Alright, well, when they do it, it's them doing it, right?
So it would seem.
Alright.
Sounds like a new drug on the market.
Have you...
That's exactly my thoughts. There's a town
It's
not
like
far from
fentanyl.
here, Hagen. These
Hagen?
Hagen. Been a lively bunch of circus folk been coming around. stopping through these parts every couple months. Seems that they find themselves to be some sort of entertainment, some sort of value. And I think those sick fucking carnies bring a drug with them, not telling people how to use it. My people are dying, and as a result, I'm only a step away from a noose.
If we were to get you said drug, could you utilize it to make an antidote or figure out more about this disease?
That's what I've been trying to figure out myself.
So you need an in-man.
So the answer is we get you either this. So to help you, my understanding is we just need to get you some of this, or
I
we
need
need
to figure out where this drug is coming from.
Okay, that was
Okay.
my second. Yeah.
I need to figure out where the supply is. And I need to figure out how this drug works. You give me that, I clear my name. I go back to being the outlaw that I should be.
First steps, where do we purchase
Where's
said
Hagen?
drug?
Yeah, where's
Just
Hagen?
to give me a step in the right
Hey, not
direction.
far from here.
Do people actually go there to get it, or does it come here? I imagine
I
a
don't
place
know.
of criminal activity like this would.
All sorts of lawlessness out here, but people tend to keep to their own, not going around asking questions.
Guanapo writes in his book, does this drug have a street name?
Best I can tell, no.
Blue sky.
I know nothing about it.
Okay.
Comes in a small pill. Blue.
Have you tried spreading awareness to the rest of the townfolk not to do this drug?
People tend to listen to you when they bring their injured or infirm and that person dies. People stop listening real quick.
He seemed to be telling the truth to us, and this
Make an
is
insight
like
check.
a. He's not been right to my family. Oh wow, that's a good insight. 14.
Based on what he said, his body language, demeanor, he could be selling you a lie, some sort of yarn, but it would be the most intricate and convicted lie.
Yeah, it would have been.
But
To
there's
make
that
sure
chance.
we're not gonna go like off his fucking, competition or something. And that's what he's going for. That's kind of a bad one. Okay, fair enough.
So, you help me out. Or not.
You were pretty quick to point a crossbow at us. How combat ready are you?
We were in his home.
I mean,
I'm
I'd
not
point-
saying he's wrong.
I would
I'm
kill
simply
someone in my
asking-
home, too.
Could you actually handle yourself in a battle, or was that just a bluff?
I don't know why he'd tell us that with somebody in his house and he's by himself, and he's just saying it.
Because I'm saying he should come with us if he wants to help us figure out this problem.
Come with me.
That seems a little fishy to me.
Yeah.
But why not? You were off to do it yourself.
I
Was what
think
it
he's in
sounds like.
hide mode. I'm just curious about once we get this drug or figure out who has it, we give you that information of, hey, X person sells this. What is the next step?
Well, the next step would be to try and get X to give it to you.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
That was so
I couldn't fucking do
I
it.
can tell you I love when X gives it to you.
I tried so hard.
Use
I
my own line
tried
on me.
so hard.
Oh god,
That was wonderful.
that was amazing. That was amazing.
You want that person to get you some. As soon as you have it, bring it back to me.
I have, and you see he pulls out this small fibrous bag. I mean, it would be a bag if it was bigger, but it's tiny. And he unwraps a string around it, and you see sitting in his hand as he unfolds the different edges of the cloth, these 3 unequally sized blue pills.
This is what it looks like. Best I can tell.
Sorry, Debbie.
I've only found these 3, but I found them across 2 different folk.
You said it's poison, not magic.
It's a
I
drug.
believe it's some sort of medicine. Or what's supposed to be?
What do you say?
It's supposed to be a medicine.
Best.
But
Got
it
it. Cool.
isn't.
But I think it's being used inappropriately.
Do you know how much is a deadly dose?
No. That's why I need more.
Can I have one of those?
No.
Do you want to die?
No.
Yeah, I'd suggest you not get
I'm
him
not
one of
going
those.
to take it. What kind of old fool do you take me for?
An experimental.
Can I have it?
So we get this, we give it to you. You
Can I-
figure
can I-
out
can I
what
have
it is. I'm kind of
Can I
just,
have your number?
I'm
Can I have your
confused
number? Can I
at
have
where.
Nat 20.
Really?
You know?
Please,
Tell
young
you what,
man.
old man, don't go around abusing this. You might need it in your travels.
Please give him
one
the
of those.
smallest one at least. Jesus Christ.
I take it and I bite half of it off and
What?
swallow it.
Right.
Well, there's that.
Y'all might want to sit down and have yourselves a cup of tea, perhaps.
And he starts
Might as well
lighting
use
up.
some experiment. Sex experiment? Nope, that's not what I'm looking
You
for.
see there is a metal box in one corner of the room, and you see there's tinder and stuff inside of it. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a flint and tinder, and lights it. The nervousness that you feel in this moment is immediately abated as your mind starts to melt. And this is the best shit you've ever had in your life.
Do I keep my disguise up?
I would say at this point it's like flickering in and out, and it's hard to concentrate. So there's like parts of you that look like Nabuntosh, there's parts of you that look like an old man,
Wait,
and
did
it's
you
like
do that?
uneven. Like the nose of the old man is much longer than yours, and so like on this side it looks like a long nose, and on this side it looks like a short nose, and like your body feels amazing. This is
Okay.
easily the best high you've ever had in your life. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful.
So I'm very uncomfortable
You
because
guys
of my background.
have
Yeah.
got to try
I
this
take,
drug.
I take,
I don't like
Easily
being
the
here.
best thing
I just
I've ever
don't
had.
like the whole situation.
I asked
Yeah,
her if she
well-
wants to go outside.
No,
But
you
no
guys
one
are gonna go
knows.
out,
Yeah,
But
I mean,
But this
I would
is
say
yeah, except for her, so she understands what I'm feeling, and I'm just like sweaty, and you.
visibly-
Yeah, I'm visibly very uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm just confused that when we get this
You
back
have
to
the
you.
highest
Yeah.
passive perception. I would say you probably notice Odette shifting on her feet and being very tense about this.
Shall we go outside?
Yes, please.
They both leave the room.
This is the best shit I have ever had in my life.
Oh my god, that's so dirty.
You're not an old man, are you?
I am definitely an old man. Don't you worry about that.
He's not old man. Now he's gonna have to stay here.
Exceptional.
So we're gonna go get this for you. You're gonna is your goal to come up with a cure, or is your goal to stop this from happening?
Well,
Put it back on
and
the
then
market.
fair, I'm
To be fair.
yeah, to
a
be fair.
man. To be fair. Oh,
Still,
same.
just way over.
You're part of the fraternity as well. That's insane.
Yes.
Yes.
Simple Kenny.
Except for Kenny.
Semper
You
Kenny.
guys don't like this show.
It is one of the best shows
It's one of the best
ever.
shows
If
in
you've
the
never
world.
watched Letterkenny, it's on Hulu. Check it
So
out.
amazing.
They're not sponsored. Invite
Not
today.
one of those things is a sponsor.
Stupid.
You develop a certain fondness for the people around you. Some of the folk that have died have been good friends of mine. I'm on parents. And as an outlaw, revenge is kind of in my nature. So if I could have the head of the motherfucker who decided to bring this filth to my city, I'd have his head on a platter.
You are the most intense
Yeah,
person I've ever
I'm just gonna kind of
seen.
sit him down, just slowly with my hand.
I will say that you being good at passive perception, just kind of glancing over, you can see his fingernails are starting to turn blue.
Me? What?
Even through
I
the
grab you
disguise
and I
self, it's like it's popping in and out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab his hand and see if
It
I
is
can.
extremely cold.
It's cold. Does he have any capillary refill? Like, does the blood come back? Okay. I grab Fan and I like bring his hand up and I'm like,
You're watching an old finger turn into Nabuntosh. Oh, it's like this watery, like ripple effect.
Okay.
What's
gonna happen to him?
Do you want the other half?
I'm gonna like pull out a cloth out of my thing, just kind of like stuff his mouth with it, and just kind of like hold it in right now. And just what's gonna happen to our friend?
Let's find out what's gonna happen to your friend.
oh god.
For the most part, his demeanor is extremely jovial.
Yeah.
He seems well beyond happy.
Seen the
There is a spell that comes over you where you feel like you're gonna throw up. And as you start to get this like, it's like it doesn't even bother you in the sense of like, I'm afraid I'm gonna throw up, but like your body's kind of retching on its own, and you see Lucas like, and he puts a pot beneath him.
He probably about to throw up. He probably won't poop right for the next 4 days.
Why don't you take out the
You're
thing
gonna
out
have
of
some
his mouth?
problems breathing and with circulation.
Oh Jesus! Well, for how long?
Gonna-
Very likely that he's not addicted to this drug.
Okay. Well, how long are we talking till he can just normally
Probably
function?
about the next 6 hours.
Okay, that ain't bad. I can deal with that.
Oh my gosh.
You gagged a man who was puking and
Alright.
pressed the heads up.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take out his gag. And
Yeah, you cough. There's some of it you may have. There may be some that you have. Help me out here.
Digest. Regurgitated.
Gag reflex?
When you inhale a
Aspirate.
liquid, aspirated. Thank you.
Gonpo's just gonna grab his hands and try and like rub him, try and keep the circulation going
Yeah.
so he doesn't lose his fingers.
The sensation of her rubbing your hands,
Him.
rubbing your hands is fantastic. The feathery, soft nature of it. It
Guanaco.
is just so. Like, you just want to melt into those feathers, man.
Edgar Allan Crow.
I stop for a minute and I just bop him on the head and I
friend I've ever had, Guano Crow.
while all this is happening, I just like to take Lucas to the side and just be like, so we're gonna go stop these people, or whatever. You're gonna get your vengeance. How's that help your sister?
Well, I don't and I think, as of right now, Joanne has got a vested interest in keeping me alive.
Yeah, it seemed like she's just interested in getting you out of trouble, and
So
you
these
seem to be
people-
digging
Yeah,
yourself
outside.
deeper
Yeah, outside.
into trouble.
Wait, hold on, wait. You got a fucking pipe in your throat.
I'm sorry. about
Should
that.
we help him?
I'm gonna go back to stuffing his mouth with a cloth that was already covered in vomit.
Oh, God!
I'm just gonna put it back in vomit. And then it
coming
come
out of you
out.
guys.
So yeah,
Make a.
I just want to know if you're here to actually get out of trouble, or if you are
Wisdom saving throw. for
here
me.
to kind of just tell your sister, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm out of trouble and I'm okay,"
Oh, no.
and we will go back, and that's what we'll say.
One point of it coming down here, 3-week walk from Goodfellow. I know it. You
I would really love to tell her, because she's having a
6.
relapse. Inspire her with words.
The
Wisdom.
horribleness of this situation, watching these side effects, painfully familiar, and you start to have a nervous breakdown as you fall to your knees, all 4 of them, begin to weep into your hands as the memories of your past start to enter your body.
I grab her and start coddling her and holding her.
As her body convulses, you embrace her. You guys hear sobbing from outside. The effects of this are just fantastic. You just love it. Even vomiting feels great. This is just wonderful. Why do more people not do this shit?
I really
Doesn't make
appreciate
sense.
your assistance in this matter. I'm sure Joanne has
Oh god, that scared me.
gently reminded you of
Willow up the ghost.
Like Willow.
Little Snoot was like, hello.
It's that awkward
All right.
salmon shit.
Anyways,
our father, help for me. Unfortunately, the house has fallen, but some of his belongings still in my possession. Not here, but please, you help me avenge my friends. It's all yours. Hold it. If not for the goodness out of your heart, at least I can do is offer you some recompense.
yeah, between me and you, these people sound terrible, and I'd probably kill them for fun anyway. I'm all here to help. I'm all ears. I just want to make sure that we're doing
I can tell.
your sister, her, giving her some form of justice when we come back. I would like her to at least say, "Hey, we did it right or wrong."
Oh, okay.
Yours is the saddest story I've
You're
ever heard.
like acting. I was like, what the fuck are you
Yeah,
doing?
sock in mouth again. Yeah, this
Is that a real tear?
no, you just missed some splash of water.
I was so involved and I was trying to joke about how you were all
Water in
ears.
his hand was like,
Yeah.
I'll fucking start crying. Don't get me started.
I could have, but I didn't know if we had enough time.
Yeah, you owe me a scratch for scratch. I don't expect nobody to do me favors for no reason. Taking a liking to Joanne.
I mean, we're here to do a job.
So he kind of reaches behind and grabs another rag and just starts shoving it into your mouth.
Yeah, I don't know her that well, to be honest with you.
but he knows her.
Unless you keep it that way.
Yeah.
But we'd like to
Bane is-
at least.
I like you all, yes.
Yeah, well,
Touch my sister and fucking kill you.
you know what she does for a living.
I mean, those people, they never see the light of day again.
All right. Well, sir, just want to make sure that she gets what she wanted in the end of this. That's why we're here. So, sorry about all the questions.
Very well.
Did you too?
I'll have the butcher set you up with some
Oh,
meats.
yeah.
It's not the best. But I appreciate you
Oh,
sticking your necks out for the whole of mine.
I'm sorry about my friends, all of them. We are one odd bunch. Yeah, my buddy Edgar here's good, but the rest
There
are
you go.
kind of.
Come here.
And he, as you walk over, he pulls out that same vial of like, it's this bright pink and yellow spotted mushroom cap. Pours them in your hand.
When you're ready for it to be over, just give me
Yeah.
I'll go over and just drag it in the
Oh, and you see as you shove it down his throat, he grabs the Boontosh and shoves him out the door. You immediately start to vomit. And like power puking.
Yeah.
Probably dry heaving at this point.
We'll just leave him outside
Fucking
and
gross.
hang out.
And the
for the
sounds are just. I don't know who
I'm
here
sorry,
can
where
stand
are we?
retching, but
Yeah.
When he was throwing
you
out
guys
outside,
are
right?
probably off to the side, but the door is
I imagine
abruptly
he's right
forced
next to
open
you.
with no real sound because it's made out of straw, basically. But Nabuntosh comes like stumbling out, holds on to the side of the platform, hanging his head over the rope bridge, and is just hugging as hard as he can.
Gone
Like,
for that movie.
Full toe
See
curl.
America.
Yeah.
Guanpo's gonna walk back over and ask you, could we take a little bit of this on our travels in case something happens? Since we are
the
investigating.
mushroom.
Yes.
It's one of my most prized possessions.
I'm just worried if we're investigating this drug, we might come into contact with it again.
Background.
Can't really spare
Yeah, we're on top.
anything. Come by. I'm a feared
There
man.
could be someone that has a heart.
There's more of this drug circulating in the
That's
town.
hearing this, and they're dying.
Right.
People be letting know.
Where can you find this mushroom?
He kind of turns and looks over his shoulder. Pretty much just
Stop!
just
You're gonna choke him
10,000 mile stare at his collection of potions.
In mountains. You can expect that to last for quite some time. He's gonna be sick for like 3 hours.
Chill out.
If he blows a blood vessel, don't be surprised. There's a mountain.
He's gonna really like throw up on the table.
It's a particular kind of bug.
3D.
It's a particular kind of seed. That seed has to be digested by the bug, and then a fungus can eat that seed. That fungus grows in this mushroom.
Can you eat the seed?
It's about a 3-day hike from
The
here.
splint. Splint. Splurt.
It's mostly up. It's mostly dangerous. It's mostly cold. But if you have a mind to set out and find this, that's where it'll be.
Guanaco pulls out a piece of parchment and some of his drawing and painting tools and asks him if he can draw a picture of the mushroom real quick.
I'm not much artist myself.
And you see as he raises his hand, there's very obviously fractured bones that have been not set properly, but close enough. His hands are gnarled, and you just get the idea that he's probably not good at this.
No, I want to draw it.
Oh.
By all means.
Okay. Do you want me to roll on it?
Yeah, go for it. Anything else anybody wants to do in this moment?
I have
Crying your eyes out.
right when Odette gets to an okay point to be able to go inside, back inside, we'll go back inside. And then I'd like to chat and try to get some medical advice.
Yeah,
from
and I'm going to take out my
Constitution
rope.
check for me.
I'm gonna tie it around Nabutash's waist, leave him on the porch.
It's cocked.
But I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring the rope inside and tie it to something that's, stable, so if he were to fall off the
You're
tree.
probably the most stable thing in this.
Okay, I'll just tie it to my own waist. And I will kind of sit by the door and fall asleep with my back up against the door and him tied to my
Are
waist.
you seeing here then?
If you don't mind, sir.
Could you move real quick?
And you see as you move out of the way, he grabs the awkward apparatus that's behind the couch
Yeah.
and pulls it down. It's a fucking trundle bed. It's like a
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like a
Yes.
Murphy bed. It's very small. It's it's probably not even really wide enough for him to sleep in.
Yeah. I'll let some of the others take that, but much appreciated.
No, he just lays down in it himself.
Oh. Wow.
And so, like you see, he like pulls the cape over himself, like
Y'all keep it quiet. Tell your friend to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
covers himself.
Have a good one. See you in the morning.
13.
13. It takes you a minute to calm down, but you manage to, over the course of probably about 40 minutes, like compose yourself, blow out the tears from your eyes, your very red streaked cheeks, puffy eyes. You don't feel, man, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since you had to think about that. And to watch somebody go through it is almost just as painful. And the world that you were in the last time you had to experience something like that versus the world that you're in now, it's a nightmare. It's nothing you want to go back to. But with your wife's help, you're able to bring yourself back to the moment, back to reality, ground yourself, and pick yourself back up. The sun is just really beginning to rise at this point. Like it's visible, and it's early on the horizon. Dawn has broken, and you are all standing atop the trees in Quideth, having received new information about where you might want to go.
I roll a 17.
Perfect. Easy enough to copy. He has a picture of it in a book, and you're able to.
What are the colors identifying features?
It is a roughly pink mushroom with a white stalk, and it has these yellow pinpoint polka dots all over it.
What's the name of the mountain where it's found?
He didn't say. He
He
just
didn't say.
said there's a mountain that way. Then he pointed north.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the expanses around here that are not named
Okay.
because nobody gives a shit to name them enough. And it's lots and lots and lots of territory between places. It's very pocketed society. But unless anybody has anything else,
I assume we're gonna go to bed.
you guys are actually just now waking up while one of your
Well, that's
compatriots is
true.
vomiting.
I'd like to finish like 2 hours of napping.
Okay, so maybe take a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll pick up next time. On next week's episode of the Woodness Guild, we start at 6:30 is our official start time.
Yeah.
Ish.
Mountain.
Ish.
Arizona
We
time. Whenever
always
that
have-
changes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't think that happens till October though.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't
I'm
happen
pretty
until
sure.
November.
Oh, there
November?
we go.
God, I wouldn't know.
We got time.
I do.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't
I
know
don't know
because
either.
I've lived here for so long.
Yeah, I don't know either.
November, March.
Our time
Wow,
never
that's
changes.
weird that you're on.
How do you
You're
know
a
that?
native.
Oh, I work,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
that-
so I have to.
Yeah.
I do change.
None
it.
of us work.
Yeah. Yeah. What is work?
What is work?
Okay, so we will see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking it out. Thanks to what was his name? For
Tales of
Tales of
Oh, yes,
Tales
of-
of Etheria.
Octavia.
What?
Tales of
Tales of
Tales of
Octavia.
Octavia.
Thanks for hitting us
for
up with a
the
name.
big old group chat post on what the name should be. I think that's honestly going to stick at this point. I don't know. We'll see. I don't make those decisions.
Yeah, canon.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. Stay safe. Don't do drugs. And
Mercs of Maize.
Mercs and Maize.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.